Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the World Series is on the air. This is Ted Husing speaking from Navin Field, Detroit, where the St. Louis Cardinals and Detroit Tigers are battling for the World Championship. The play-by-play descriptions of all the World Series games are brought to you with the compliments of the Ford Motor Company, Mr. Henry Ford, Mr. Edgo Ford, and your local Ford dealer, producers and distributors of Ford and Lincoln cars and Ford trucks. The sponsors will be amply repaid if you get enjoyment from these broadcasts. In order that you might hear the play-by-play description of this game in its entirety, the Paris Medicine Company has kindly omitted its regular afternoon broadcast. In behalf of the Ford Motor Company and the Columbia Network, we wish to thank this company for its courtesy. That brings for today's game, ladies and gentlemen, for the Tigers, Linwood, Schoolboy Rowe, and Gordon Stanley, Mickey Kaufman. For the Cardinals, Wild Bill Hallahan and Bill Delancey. The series is heightened in interest even today by that exciting finish of the National League race. And daubed with the painter's colors by the wholehearted way the American fandom has taken to the individual brilliance of the three picturesque and highly publicized pictures, the Deans and Schoolboy Rowe. One of the Deans delivered yesterday and gave the Cards the first victory they have ever had in opening a warfare on the title of world champion. Despite the indifferent start, the series still promises to be one of the most dramatic World Series in the long chronicle of the game. This great festival of baseball, as it now has come down to us, gave us an uproarious crowd of almost 50,000 people yesterday, who greeted all they could greet with cheers of friendly boos. If it wasn't Babe Ruth getting a mighty roar of approval from Mr. Fan in the bleachers, it was the sporadic booing that greeted Dizzy Dean when he seemed certain to fling a brace of poorly controlled balls toward the plate. Local lights received shouts and huzzas for each thing they contributed to the afternoon's gaiety. And Al Shack and his familiar antics were applauded loud and long. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we present you, just prior to the play-by-play report, Pat Flanagan of Chicago. Here he is.
How about you, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to let you take a look at the Tigers as they line up in the outfield and infield, the way you would see it if you were here. Left field, Goslin. Center field, White. Right field, Fox. At third base, Owen. Shortstop, Lagell. Second base, Geringer. First base, Greenberg. The pitcher is Rowe. The catcher, Cochran. The umpires, man at the plate. Geisel, American League umpire on first base. Reardon, National League umpire on second base. And Owen on third base. Now, there may be a little bit of a mix-up there. Some sort of a play comes up at third base this afternoon. Because Owen is playing third base and Owen is umpiring third base. We shall attempt to call the umpire by his nickname of Crick. Crick Owen got his name when he was umpiring in the Western League when a fan threw a brick and hit him on the head. Not because he happened to have brick-colored hair, but that is the reason for the nickname. It's called him Crick ever since that day. When the Cardinals take the outfield, we'll find Medwick in left, Orsatti in center, Rothrock in right, Martin at third, DeRocher at short, Frisch at second, Collins first, Lefty Hallahan pitching, and Delancey doing the catching. Although Hallahan has only won 8 and lost 12, as compared to Rowe's 24 wins and 8 losses, in the last 3 weeks, Hallahan has commenced to get the fastball and the curve back again. And with that curve snapping, if it hits the corners right, he's called Sweet Rhythm. But when he commences to miss the corners, then they call him Wild Bill. Joseph Medwick is called Mickey Medwick by his teammates, and occasionally you see his name written as Ducky Medwick. Now, Mickey Medwick does not like the name Ducky. It was given to him because he sponsored something down in the South one time, and they got the name Ducky for him. However, if you want to get along with Mickey Medwick, speak of him as Mickey. He's 5'10", weighs 180. He's a right-hand hitter. Collins, Jimmy Collins, commonly known as Nick Collins, is from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Collins hit 35 home runs this year and batted 333 during the season. 35 home runs are quite a number. He bats either right or left-handed, but he throws left-handed. That's the first baseman. Bill Delancey, the kid catcher who came in this year to the Cardinals, is now playing in his World Series. All right, so we're going to stand up, ladies and gentlemen, for the playing of the national anthem. directly at the left fielder with any height to the ball, will in all probability be thrown back into the stands for the foul ball. It's going to take a hard wallop toward right field to do any good as far as the first ball hit. Rowe pitches the ball. It is taken by on a slide to the first. First ball pitch. He thought he got a little bit from far enough to have it fall for anything but an out. Drop it on the pitch batter. This batter is left-hand pitch. We have seen Rowe pitch 2 or 3 times this year, and he is rhythm personified. All in great some of the dancer. Drop out waiting for the next pitch. It's been down and he's called. If it's the best, he falls to the left of the plate. It's strike 2. One called strike. One called strike. One man down. No one on in the first half of the first inning in the second game of the World Series in 1934. Waiting for this next ball to be pitched to Rothrock. Taken to the second baseman. Shot over the first base, and Rothrock is out by 2 steps. Second baseman, Mr. Carrier, over the first baseman, 2 men down, nobody on, with Frankie Freak under the switch batter coming to bat. Freak steps up to face Schoolboy Rowe. Schoolboy hits his belt, shrugs his shoulders a couple of times, wants to loosen up all that clothing around his shoulders to have a free swing of that ball. Here comes the pitch to Frisch. Frankie takes a smack at it, down past the third base line. Third baseman knocks it down. Frankie is safe on first base. The ball hitting against the third baseman, Owen's glove, as he made a dive for it. He went for a hit because it was too hard a chance for any man to handle. He had the dive to his right toward the left field line. He was standing just back at third base, putting Frankie Frisch over on first base and bringing Medwick to bat. Nicky Medwick, a right-hand hitter. Number 7 Ernie's back, stands close to the inside line, deep back. In the batsman's box and waits for Rowe to pitch the first. He stretches, lances towards first to keep the runner on first, very close to the bag. Kick to the first and down, and Medwick shoots the third ball. Missing it. Ball, strike 1. There's a good pitch, strike 1. Medwick is a fellow who's known as a slugger type, a free swinger, batting in the fourth spot or cleanup. Frisch over on first base, 2 down. Medwick has strike 1. Here's the pitch. He takes it. Fastball to back against Cochran. Will drop the ground off to the left of the plate after striking Cochran's back. Schoolboy has 2 strikes for Medwick. He's what they call out ahead of him now. He's out ahead of the hitter. Has a chance to put down a couple of waste balls to see if he might get him to go for the bad hook or something of that sort. But of course, that is the baseball player. It's hard to finish. He wants the boy to go to the batter if he can. Got him in very close and high. Medwick faded away from that one. Dropped down, flat on his back, and the batsman stopped. Trying to make him go for an inside ball for one of those bat-handle hits or a swing under. He'll get his next time from Cochran. Ready to pitch it in. See if he pitches to Medwick. Here it comes. Medwick takes it to the right. Swings, falls to right. Right down the middle. An inning end. For the Cardinals. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 man left to the base. For the Cardinals, no runs. 1 hit. No errors were committed. And the Cards had 1 man left to the base. So ends the first half of the first inning. The St. Louis Cardinals take the field now. And we have Lefty Hallahan being caught by Delancey. That battery going out to face White, the center fielder. Cochran, the catcher. Gehringer, the second baseman, as the first 3 men to face them in this game. Right now we notice that Medwick is running in, apparently to pick up a glove that someone has left over there along the short left field line. He tosses it off to one side and starts back out for his playing position in left field. He's getting quite a boo from the crowd out there because he picked the glove up and instead of tossing it to one side, he gave it quite a heave over toward the edge of the grandstand. Ball is being thrown around the infield. Infielders Martin, DeRocher, and Frisch hooping the ball over to Collins, as they call it. Each infielder is supposed to have an imaginary 12-foot hoop up there through which he throws the ball at the first baseman. No matter from what angle he throws the ball, if it passes through that imaginary hoop that he hangs there himself, it's supposed to hit in somewhere near the territory of the first baseman. Warming up their arm out there, taking a few shots at first base. Now we have everything ready. Hallahan has had his warm-up throws at Delancey. The ball has been thrown to Frisch, tossed to DeRocher, and given to Pepper Martin, who is rolling the ball around on the tips of his fingers. Now tosses it up to Hallahan, which is a little right with the Cardinals. Always from Martin to the pitcher. Jojo White steps in there for his turn at bat. Left-hander stands practically in the center of the box as far as the distance from front to back is concerned, but rather close to the inside corner, which makes it rather hard for him to pitch to him. White's waiting for the ball to be pitched. Ball goes down toward first base. It's taken to the first baseman, thrown to Hallahan, and it's out from Collins to Hallahan. White out from Collins, first baseman to Hallahan, pitcher. 1 man down, Cochran coming to bat. Mickey Cochran coming to bat, and you will hear the crowd roar as he comes up here. Mickey deserves the hand for several reasons. First, he's a great ball player. Second, he's a fine manager. And third, he has brought baseball back to Detroit. Cochran stands deep in the box, close to the inside line. Ready for the first ball to be pitched down by Hallahan. Lefty gets his sign, swings into the windup. One man down, nobody on. First ball pitched is high. Way up high. Over Cochran's head. And after he reaches high for it and gets it. Ball one. Ball one to Mickey Cochran. Third baseman Pepper Martin is having a lot of trouble hitting his glove this afternoon. He seems to be very nervous and jittery, but that simply is the fact that he is the wild-eyed boy, Mr. Pepper Martin. Here's the next pitch to Cochran. Hits the bounder toward first base. It's taken to the hop. First baseman Collins gets it, takes 2 steps to his left, jumps in the bag ahead of Cochran for the second out. Unassisted to the first baseman. 2 men down, nobody on, and Gehringer, the second baseman, coming to hit. Gehringer, another left-hand hitter, steps down there almost as if a man was going to tee off. He got just the proper distance away from the plate, but dropping the bat to the corner of the plate, stepped back until he had his feet in the right spot, and now he's waiting for the first slam to come down here from the arm of lefty Bill Hallahan. Lefty gets his sign, 2 men down, nobody on. Neither team has scored, but we're playing in the last of the first. First ball pitched down, hooks the corner for strike 1 called. Just about hit high. Hallahan takes another sign to the Lancey. Pepper Martin swinging up toward third base. Puts his glove on now just before the ball is delivered. Here's the pitch. There goes the bounder over toward the first baseman. Hallahan goes over to cover first. A nice throw, but he stops it. That's the ball at first base and a throw from Collins. But let you see how the official score it is. It's an error. It goes to an error. I think Hallahan is charged with the error, or discredited, as some people say, with an error. Gehringer is safe on first base. On an error, which we shall give to lefty Hallahan. Putting a man safe on first and bringing Greenberg, the cleanup man, to bat. Greenberg, a right-hand hitter, up against Hallahan, a left-hand pitcher. Hallahan going on the dead run, caught the ball in the heel of his glove, drops to the ground. A man on first base. Greenberg steps into the batsman's box, takes the 2 preliminary swings of the bat. Hallahan, with a man over on first base, has no wind-up. Man on first, 2 down, no score by either team last half of the first in the second game of the World Series being played here in Detroit. Hallahan stretches, the man on first will not lead too far with a left-hand pitcher up there. He puts the first one past Greenberg for a strike. Left-hander facing over toward first as he gets ready to swing into that pitch. Naturally, the man on first is not going to lead too far. Pepper Martin playing back deep with this right-hand hitter up here. Greenberg standing waiting for it. That's up off his shoulder, down over the arms. Takes a stop at the first one. Martin gets it, makes the throw to first base, and he's off by a step. Just a high bounder for which Martin had to wait. He got the ball and threw it to first base. Collins getting the ball just a step ahead of Greenberg, who was on his way down there like a shot out of a gun. So we have no runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and the Detroit Tigers had 1 man left for the bases. For Detroit, no runs, no hits, 1 error charged against the Cardinals, 1 left for the bases.
These World Series broadcasts are brought to you through the courtesy of the makers of the Ford D8.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ripper Collins, the switch batter, should be the first man to come up here and face this pitcher, Mr. Lynn Rowe. Collins first, Jim Lancey, the catcher, be the next man to face him, and he's followed by Ernie Orsatti. Collins steps into the batsman's box, stands way back deep. Being a left-hand hitter, his left foot is on the back line. His right foot is fairly well in toward the center of the batsman's box, but he'll step forward to the pitch. First ball pitch to Collins, he takes a cut at it. Looks at that ball and misses it for strike 1. 1 strike to Collins, and Rowe gets his sign from Cochran for another pitch. Collins leaning forward, snapping the bat off his shoulder. Rowe winds it up, pitches it down, and Collins takes it for a ball, too close to the hip. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Rip Collins, the boy who has hit 35 home runs this year for the Cardinals. Here it comes. Collins takes a smack at it, knocks it out towards center, way back deep. Center fielder's going back after it and takes it nicely for the out. Very nice catch on the part of White, who ran over the plate to win first and then backed up on the dead run and nailed that ball for the first out. Might inform you on that last throw when Pepper Martin had to wait so long for the ball to come down. When he threw the runner Greenberg out at first base, he apparently hurt his arm and they're taking care of it down there in the first base dugout. At the present time, Mr. Delancey, a left-hand hitter, catcher, is up there facing Rowe. Rowe has given 1 hit, and that was to Frisch in the first inning, after which Medwick struck out. Delancey takes the first one wide at the belt. Ball 1. Ball 1 pitch to Delancey. 1 man down, no one on, and Rowe taking his sign from Cochran. Swings into that windup. He balances, kicks high. Here's the pitch. Delancey slaps 1 back toward him. Rowe reaches for it. The second baseman misses it. Runner goes over to first base, and we'll see how that one is scored. Rowe reached for the ball. Gehringer came in after it. The ball took a bad hop apparently, and it's called as an error. An error goes for a hit. The official scorer gives it for a hit on account of that bad bounce that it took over there. One is slapped against the side of Geringer's leg as he was going toward his right or reached toward his left to stop the ball. Orsatti comes to bat, another left-hand hitter. Orsatti coming to bat. One man on, one man down. First ball pitched to Orsatti. He knocks one toward left. It's what they call a blooper. Left fielder can't get to it. There's a runner coming around second. Going down towards third. Goslin gets the ball. If this is the match, he might score. The runner comes into third base, and he's safe at third base on a throw from Goslin over to Owen, who had to take the ball wide out in foul territory and make a dive for this runner, Mr. Orsatti, who is credited with a triple, I believe. He's given a triple. Orsatti tripled out in the left field corner, scoring Delancey ahead of him. He came into third base on a very close decision at the third base, but he's called safe there because it was a hook slide that carried him in as Owen made a grab for the ball out in foul territory and made a dive where the runner should have come in. Mr. Orsatti swung into a hook slide, hurt his leg again. He has a bad leg anyway, but he was called safe at that point. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the third hit off roll, and one score has come in for the Cardinals. The Cardinals are now leading by a score of 1-0 in the first half of the second inning, with a man on third, one man down, and DeRocher, the shortstop, coming to bat. DeRocher, a right-hand hitter, is the boy who's facing Linwood Rowe. Rowe gets his time from Cocker to pitch that ball down to DeRocher. He was waiting for it. Somebody's spoken up by his teammates as Lippy DeRocher, because he knows all the answers. There's a foul ball bounding back, taken on the first bounce by Coffin, and thrown right back out to Rowe. It's called for strike one, being a foul bounce. One strike to DeRocher. Infield drawn up for a play at the plate. They're not playing halfway, they're drawn almost all the way up. Except the third baseman is playing fairly deep. DeRocher hits the high fly toward the infield. Greenberg is going back for it, says he can take it over near first, and he does. Gets the ball for the out in third territory. DeRocher out on a fly ball to Mr. Greenberg, the first baseman, bringing the bat lefty Bill Hallahan. Lefty Hallahan, the pitcher, will be the next man up. A man on third, one run in, two men down, and the Cards leading 1-0 in the first of the second. We spoke at the start of the game about this ball being hit toward left field. We're going toward the foul line. That's exactly what happened to that ball that Orsatti hit. Rowe has his time from Cochran. Here it comes. There it goes. Out toward right field. The right fielder's over after it. He gets the ball after a nice running catch over near the foul line. Hallahan out a line drive to the right fielder who made a very nice running catch. In that second inning, for the St. Louis Cardinals, one run, two hits, there were no errors, and the Cardinals had one man left at the bases. For the Cardinals marked down one run, credit them with two hits, there were no errors performed by the Tigers, and we have one man left at the bases. Starting the last half of the second inning, with the Cardinals in the lead by one run. First man coming to bat to face lefty Hallahan will be Goose Goslin, the left fielder. He's faced by Rogel, who is the only switch batter on the Detroit Tigers, and then in turn he's faced by Owen. We have Goslin, Rogel, and Owen as the first three men to come up and face lefty Hallahan. While we're warming up here, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have time for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This is the WBBM Air Theater, Wrigley Building, Chicago.
Back at the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Hallahan's last warm-up throw was dropped by Delancey. He picked it up and threw it out of the game because that is sometimes considered dropping your luck. So we have Goslin coming to bat. A new ball has been pitched to Hallahan. We're starting the second inning, last of the second, with the St. Louis Cardinals ahead by a score of 1-0. Goose Goslin, left-hand hitter, waiting for lefty Hallahan to pitch to him. Hallahan has his sign. Frankie Frisch is fading toward his left as if they're going to pitch to this ball to make him hit toward right field. The first ball comes right down the groove for strike one. A little bit of a hook on it, but lifted in there. One strike to Goslin. Hallahan expects the next time from Delancey. Goslin's waiting for it. Hallahan winds it up. Here's the pitch. Fastball sits down there. It goes out near second base. Frankie Frisch gets it. Makes a pass over toward first base. But Goslin pulls up on first base with a single reset it. Out behind second with a high bounder. Goslin safe with a single. The first hit off Hallahan in this game. Puts the man on first with a tying run and brings Rogel, the shortstop, to bat. Captain Markey with Devlin says a few words to Hallahan. Rogel steps at the batsman's box, batting right-handed against left-hand pitching. Captain Martin is still standing up there talking to Hallahan. Lefty swings toward the mound. There's a man on first base. No chance for a wind-up. You can't put all of your speed and stuff on the ball, and a man gets on base. Captain Martin staying up close to third base, watching for a sacrifice. Here's the pitch. Rogel takes a wallop at it, knocks it high in the air. It's a foul ball. The catcher's back after it, and he takes it for the out. We have Delancey getting the ball for the out. Rogel out on a foul to Delancey. Catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. That brings Owen, the first baseman, to bat. Owen coming to bat. Steps into the right-hand hitter's box. Callahan goes over to pitch to him and has to bear down to that tying run on first base. Goslin's on first due to a single. The only hit given so far this afternoon by Callahan. Owen is at bat. Will get out on a foul. Watch for that first pitch to come in. Owen's waiting for it. Here it comes. Swings at the first one. Strike one. Callahan puts the fast one down there. Owen steps in and waits for the next pitch. Lefty Callahan, being a left-hand pitcher, has to look towards first base, right straight ahead, and keep his eye on Goslin. Swings at a position, stretches, brings his arms back to the pitching position, whirls and throws the ball down here, and it's taken for strike 2 ball in the outside corner. Fast curveball breaking in and hooking the outside corner to a right-hand hitter. Ball like that starts down wide and then hooks in and hits that corner. I saw him raise his right hand for what I thought was strike 2, but the scoreboard says ball 1 and strike 1. To me, it's still strike 2. We shall see in just a moment. Callahan gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Strike called. You're out. It was strike 2. Strike 3. Owen stands there and takes strike 3. Callahan getting his first strikeout of the afternoon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, evens up the strikeouts. Medwick having struck out in the first inning. Next man coming to bat is Fox, the right fielder. Fox, the right fielder, right-hand hitter. Stepping up there to face lefty Callahan, a left-hand pitcher. The first man in this inning, Goslin, got on base by a single with a tying run. Rogel fouled out to the catcher. Owen looks at strike 3. Now Fox is up there for his turn to see what he can do. The score is 1-0 in favor of the St. Louis Cardinals. We're playing the last half of the second. Pitcher's ready to pitch. Fox hits one high in the air. The catcher is back after it. The wind blowing it away from him. But right in front of the stands, he steps over and gets the ball for the out. Fox out on a foul to the catcher. In that inning, which is the last half of the second, we get the choice. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Cardinals, 1 left on bases. To repeat, for the Tigers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Cardinals, 1 man left on bases.
The Ford Motor Company is sending you the broadcast of the World Series game.
Back in the ball game, start in the third inning, with the St. Louis Cardinals leading by a score of 1-0, and the first man coming to bat will be the leadoff man, Pepper Martin, who went out on a fly to the center fielder on the first ball pitched to him today by Schoolboy Rowe. We're starting the third inning with Pepper Martin, Rothrock, and Frisch, the men coming to bat. Pepper Martin, the right-hand hitter, stepped up there to watch Schoolboy Rowe put that first ball down to him. Fine brand of baseball has been displayed so far this afternoon. Over on first base, Mr. Greenberg says, that old boy, let's go. Come on. Here's the first pitch to Martin. Martin takes it for the ball, 2 close to the belt, stepping back away from the fast one. Ball 1, pitch to Pepper Martin. Here's the next pitch. The ball is too low and is dropped for the catcher. Ready for that next ball to be pitched down as soon as Rowe gets it. Takes the ball, lifts it over thoroughly, rubs it up. Ready to take his stand now. Watches up there with a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Takes a smack at it, knocks it back towards second. It goes for a hit. Pepper Martin gets hit number 4 on Schoolboy Rowe. He falls down after rounding first and gets up and goes back over to first base with a single to his credit. Man safe on first in the third inning is Pepper Martin. Right now we have Rothrock coming to bat. Man over on first base, Rothrock at bat. Infield playing up close for a play at the plate. Not play at the plate, but playing up here for Whoop or throw over to first base as they almost got Pepper. They're playing in very close at first and third. Watching for that old sacrifice. The ball is laid down for the bunt. Rowe gets the ball over to first base in time for the out. A sacrifice by Rothrock. He's out from pitcher over to first base or from Rowe to Greenberg. Sacrifice bunt is laid down, putting Martin on second base in scoring position. Frankie Frisch coming to bat. Switch batter. Batted 306 during the season. Steps in, hits his belt a bit, looks over towards second base. Ready with the first ball to be pitched to him. He fouls it off to the left of the plate for strike 1. A foul ball to the left of the plate. All right, we're ready to go. Rowe has looked the new ball over. Marches on second base, taking his lead. Rogel is sneaking in back of him. Rowe is watching it cautiously, but he's ready to pitch to Frisch. Here's the pitch. Fish hits one out toward left center. Center fielder goes after it, takes it to the out, makes a quick throw to third base to keep Martin from going down to third. And a beautiful throw he made, too. Push up on the side of the center fielder, Mr. White. That puts two men down with the man on second. Rowe pitching very cautiously with that boy over there because he knows he's fast. Medwick, who struck out his first time at bat, the fellow who's coming in now is a right-hand hitter. He's the fellow we always speak of when we see him batting, is the man who winds up with the pitcher. Because if the pitcher throws his foot up in the air, Medwick throws his up. And he brings it down and takes a crack at that ball. Martin's on second with two down. Watch for the pitch. Medwick strikes one for a hit out toward left field. Goslin's coming into play at fast. Trevor Martin's on his way down toward home plate. The ball comes in wide. It's taken to the catcher. And on the throw to the plate, Medwick goes over to second. We give Medwick a single, moving into second and a throw to the plate. Martin coming in to score from second base with run number 2 for the Cardinals. And also goes as hit number 5 off Rowe. Collins will be the next man to bat. Collins started as the first man up in the second inning and flied after the center fielder right. He comes up now for his second time at bat. He's a switch batter, batting left-handed against right-hand pitching. Rowe gets his side to pitch this ball down. There are two men down, one run in this inning, 2-0 in favor of St. Louis. Collins at bat with Medwick on second. There's your ball game in a nutshell. First ball pitch through is fouled off to the left of the plate. Collins is a 3-33 hitter this year. 3-3-3 all the way through. Collins waiting for it, standing back deep in the box. Schoolboy Rowe takes his time from Cochran, approaches the mound, keeping his eye now on that runner on second, Medwick. Watching with the pitch to Collins. One strike to the hitter. Collins drives one out toward left field. It looks like it's going for a single. Left fielder gets it. Runner starts in toward home plate. The ball is thrown in out of the plate as he comes in. The throw is made from Goslin down to Cochran. And out of the fifth to score on that, we have to give Collins a single for his hit. Medwick out of the plate on a throw from Goslin down to the manager, Mr. Mickey Cochran, who played it nicely at the plate. But as Medwick came in, he hit the ground sort of sitting down, bounced up with his knee against Mr. Cochran's chest and knocked Mickey down. Mickey fell off to one side, sort of went to his hands and knees, and apparently he is injured down there, and they're working on it to see what's happened. We'll see if Mickey was injured. We certainly hope not, because he's a great fellow and a fine ball player. Well, we're ready to see about that right now. We're ready to give you this thing. In the third inning, 1 run, 3 hits, there were no errors, and there was 1 man left for the bases. For the Cardinals, 1 run, credited with 3 hits, no errors were committed to the Tigers, and the Cardinals had 1 man left for the bases. Now we start to go into what is called the last half of the third inning, with the Cardinals leading by a score of 2-0. And the first hitter to come to bat will be Schoolboy Rowe. Rowe, by the way, is an exceptional pitcher, not only in the fact that he's a great pitcher on the mound, but during the year, Mr. Rowe is a .314 batter. He's followed by White, who batted .315 for the year, and he in turn is followed by Cochran, who batted .325. Callahan is out having a few warm-up throws. Schoolboy Rowe gets a nice hand as he comes up to hit. Everything will be taken care of in just a minute. The last ball has been thrown from the infield into the first base dugout. The Cardinals are on the field. They're out there to do all they can to protect Callahan's 2-run lead that he has at the present time. The first man coming to bat will be Schoolboy Rowe, the fellow who steps into the batsman's box as a right-hand hitter and waits for Lefty Callahan to pitch down to him. Callahan takes his time to the empty. Second baseman Frankie Prince is playing back in the grass for this boy. Just back even with the grass, watching for the ball to be pitched. Callahan puts it down, taken for strike 1 called. Callahan hit the fastball in that time for strike 1 to Rowe. Goes up to the peak of his cap, gets back and gets set. Swinging the bat to his shoulder, leaning forward. Cuts down nicely from his shoulder with the bat as he stands there waiting for Callahan to pitch it. The wind-up start. Here's the pitch. Makes a cut above him. A low ball on the inside corner. He missed it for strike 2. 2 strikes to Rowe. Callahan swings up under the mound and takes his next sign. Finally gets ready to swing at the position and throw it down there. Nothing can do to the hitter. Here's the pitch. Rowe swings at that one. Reached for a sweeping curve that time that hooked him under his bat handle for strike 3. You're out, which gives Callahan his second strikeout of the afternoon. The other one having been Owen, the third baseman. Now we find White coming to bat. Jojo White, a .315 batter during the season. Fellow who stands in close to the inside of the plate. First ball pitch hits the dirt off to the left of the plate, bounds up into the catcher's hand for ball 1, too low. Overhand curve ball that quickly got away from this boy, Mr. Callahan. Callahan takes his next time. It's ball 1 to White, 1 man down, nobody on, and St. Louis leading by a score of 2 to nothing as we have just started the last half of the third. The ball is hit slow bounder over toward Frankie Frisch. Frankie gets it in the hop, hits at the first base. The runner's out by a step. Looks like he hurt his ankle as he twisted it there on first base. He had to jump down the right field line 2 or 3 times on his right foot. Charges out at first base on a throw from Frankie Frisch over to Rip Collins. That makes 2 men down and brings Mickey Cochran to bat. Another left-hand hitter. Hit 325 for the season. Mickey coming to bat. A nice hand for Mickey as he comes out, and you well deserve it. Crowd is just finished the hand clapping and the roaring, waiting for Mickey to step up, and he steps around, comes into the left-hand hitter's box, taps the plate, and gets ready for Callahan to pitch to him. 2 men down in the third inning, and Cochran at bat. 2 left-handers facing each other. Right fielder ducks back a little bit, but the left fielder goes back quite a bit farther than he has been playing. Callahan finally winds up, pitches the ball down. It's too high, comes right past his nose. Delancey reached up and yanked that one down, but it's a ball 1 count to Cochran. Mickey's down there waiting for it. Callahan winds it up. He's balanced. Here it comes. Takes that one, call for the ball, although Delancey tried to sell the idea of a strike to Mr. Clem by holding up 1 finger in the right hand. Ball 2. Just missed that corner that time. Callahan finally starting his windup. Here's the pitch. That one's called for ball 3. A little bit too high that time. Ball 3. So we have the 3-0 count on Cochran. The second man this afternoon has had that count on Callahan's pitching. Callahan starts his windup at the 3-0 count. Mickey will probably take the automatic strike, which he does. Ball's been pitched down for the automatic strike with a 3-0 count. It's now 3-1. Ball 3, strike 1, 2 down, and no one on. Last of the third. Callahan taking his next time. Cochran's waiting for it. Here's the pitch. Takes it too low for ball 4, and Callahan walks his first man. Mickey Cochran walks. That brings Gehring off the bat. Gehring was safe in the first inning on first base on an error by Callahan when he dropped the throw over at first. The man on first base, 2 men down. Gehring, a left-hand hitter coming to bat. A boy who pulled it out for 356 during the season. Gehring, a left-hand hitter, facing Callahan, a left-hand pitcher. Man on first, ready to go. Just as soon as things are right, he takes his lead off first. Callahan's watching him. Here's the pitch. The ball is hit out toward right center. Runner is coming from first and going to third. Plate back deep. And we have a man over on first and a man on third. Cochran walks and went to third. On Gehring is hit. Hit number 2 off the pitching at Callahan. The tying runs around the bases. A man on first, a man on third is Greenberg. A 340 hitter, a right-hand hitter comes to bat. Frankie Frisch has gone in and spoken to Callahan. Words of encouragement. Martin has gone in and spoken to him. And now Callahan is in the real hole this time. The first batter he's been in so far this afternoon. The tying runs around the bases. A man on first, a man on third is Greenberg. A 340 hitter, a right-hand hitter comes to bat. Frankie Frisch has gone in and spoken to Callahan. Words of encouragement. Martin has gone in and spoken to him. And now Callahan is in the real hole this time. The first batter he's been in so far this afternoon. Greenberg down there waiting for it. Runners on first and third. First ball pitch is a slow one coming inside. Too close to a right-hand hitter. Ball 1. Callahan's ready to pitch again. Greenberg's watching for it. Callahan taking his time. Finally swings into position. Watching Gehring over on first. Here's the pitch. That one's fair for the ball. Too high. Ball too high to Greenberg. St. Louis now is leading 2-0. You Detroit Tiger fans up here are cheering for the rally that will bring their team right in there. Callahan has been pitching cautiously all the way through. 2 outs and a walk and a single. Cochran going to third. Gehring around first with Greenberg at bat now. Ball 2, no strike. Ready for the pitch. Here's the pitch. Taken for the strike. Ball to the outside corner of the shoulders. Just below the shoulders for the strike. Ball 2, strike 1. A fast breaking overhand curveball. Greenberg's watching for another one. Callahan gets his sign. Mickey Cochran's on third, ready to take his lead. Man on first base, Gehring is starting to lead. Mickey still with his foot up against the bag. Now it's Greenberg stands there, waits the bat, and Hallahan doesn't pitch. Greenberg finally steps out. He steps back in again. Runner on first base goes back toward the bag. Now he steps out. Cochran's getting ready to take his lead. He's beginning to lead. Hallahan's going to pitch to Greenberg. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Strike two right down there on the outside corner. A curveball that hits away from the right-hand hitter. Ball 2 and strike 2 to Greenberg. 2-2 to the hitter. Hallahan attempted to pitch himself out of the hole with a man on first and third. 2 men down. He has a 2-2 count all the way around here now. He catches. Not much activity going on except the pitcher and the catcher. Here comes the pitcher. He's chasing it. Strike 3. You're out. 2 strikeouts in this inning. A big strikeout number 3 for Hallahan. In the third inning for Detroit. No run. 1 hit. No error. 2 left on bases. For Detroit. In the third inning. No run. 1 hit. No error. 2 left on bases.
And that's the end of the third inning of this World Series baseball game between the Cardinals and the Tigers being played here at Navin Field, Detroit. This broadcast comes to you with the compliments of the Ford Motor Company and the Ford Dealers of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all ready to start the first half of the fourth inning. The first man to appear against the pitching of Mr. Rowe will be Delancey. Delancey, the first man to come in the second inning and cross the plate. He singled, you know, over towards second base and scored from first in Osati's triple. While we're waiting for Delancey, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have time for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This is the WBBM Air Theater, Wrigley Building, Chicago.
Back on the air of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, the first man coming to bat will be Delancey. Delancey, the catcher for the Cardinals, a left-hand hitter facing Rowe. First ball pitched to him is a high fly out toward left field. Goslin's coming in for it, timing it, takes the ball for the out. Delancey out on a fly to Goose Goslin in left field. That brings Orsatti, another left-hand hitter, to bat. It was his triple that scored Delancey in the second with the first run of the game. The score right now is Cardinals 2, Detroit nothing. We're playing the first half of the fourth at 1 down and no one on. Rowe ready to pitch this ball down to Orsatti. Orsatti puts the bunt on the first base line. First baseman comes over and gets it right to the bag, takes a long step and gets there ahead of Orsatti. Orsatti out on an attempted bunt, being out with the first baseman unassisted. Very nicely played by Mr. Greenberg. We have 2 men down with DeRocher coming to bat. DeRocher went out as the third man up in the second inning on a high fly to Greenberg. DeRocher, right-hand hitter, steps in and waits for a Rowe to pitch it. Here it comes. A lot of whip on it. He takes it for strike 1. Called. 1 strike for DeRocher. Playing DeRocher for a short hitter over here towards center. Fairly short and right. He hits the ball toward left. It's taken a scoop up on the third baseman who knocks it down. Makes the throw to first base. After picking it up the second time. And the first over on first base claims DeRocher's safe because the first baseman was not touching the bag, but he was on the bag. And that was the completion of a beautiful play from Owen over to first baseman Greenberg. He knocked the ball down, ran towards second, picked it up, and threw the runner out of first. All with a sweeping motion. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on bases. The first inning in which the Cardinals have not had a hit. No runs, no hits, there were no errors, and no one left on the bases. We start the last half of the fourth inning now. The first man coming to bat will be Goslin. He's followed by Rogel, and he in turn by Owen, the third baseman. Hallahan going out to have his warm-up throw. And wind is still pouring in here from the east. But remember, anything that's struck out toward center field is blown toward left. Anything hit dead toward left is blown toward the left field foul line. And anything hit toward the right fielder, the position this wind is blowing, is blown back toward the infield. It takes an awfully hard hit on a well-hit ball to get out there toward right field. Outfielders have their sunglasses adjusted. Mr. Goslin steps to the plate. He has had one of the 2 hits off the pitching of Hallahan this afternoon. As we start the last of the fourth, the score is still 2-0 in favor of the St. Louis Cardinals in the second game of the 1934 World Series. Hallahan pitches one down. The ball's a high bounder back a second. DeRocher makes a piece of a stop, gets the ball, whips it over to first base to Collins, and Goslin is out for a step. Well save by Mr. DeRocher, who ran back in second, took the ball to first in time for the out. It was a high bounder that went right over the top of Hallahan's head. He jumped for it but missed it. Rogel coming to bat. Rogel is first time up, fouled out to the catcher, Delancey. Coming up now with one man down, no one on. Did the ball touch Hallahan's head? Hallahan gets an assist on it there. Give an assist on to Hallahan, another to DeRocher, and the put out to the first baseman. Hallahan has just hit strike one past Mr. Rogel. One man down. Strike one to the hitter. Hallahan winding it up. He's got him. Here it comes. Takes that one foul a little bit too high and wide. Past the shoulders and out wide away from the hitter for a 1-1 count. Ball one and strike one to Rogel. Hallahan accepts the next time from Delancey. Starts swinging into his windup. He balances, swings his right foot way around back up and hits the ball down. There goes the ball towards center field. The hard hit ball. Orsatti started back. Now he's coming in the dead run and missed the ball. Didn't play the wind right. The runner starts towards second. There's a fast go to second. And it looks to me like it might be scored by the official scorer in Preston Evertown. It goes for a two-base hit. A double out to center field puts the runner over there on second base. Hallahan getting up his third hit of the afternoon. The wind we spoke of just before this inning started. Orsatti ran back for that one. Saw the wind was catching it, turned and ran in as fast as he could. Fell, landed right in his face, and apparently from the way he's acting out there, he has broken his sunglasses. At least he got a lot of dirt and grass in his face. Now he's slipping the sunglasses back on, so I guess they're not broken. He tells everyone he's all right. Pitcher is looking out to see how he is. All right, we have Mr. Rogel on second base at the double he's set it. Owen comes to bat. A man on second, one down, and Owen at bat. A very tight, well-played ball game so far this afternoon. Now to the fourth with the Cardinals ahead 2-0. Hallahan ready to pitch this first ball down to Owen, a right-hand hitter. He reaches for it, swings the bat partway around, brings it back up again. It is called for the ball because he didn't make that half cut. Hallahan gets his sign to pitch another one down to Owen. Owen, a right-hand hitter, waiting for it. Hallahan stretches, looks towards second where Rogel is routine, takes his lead. Here's the pitch. The ball is hit to the bottom of that short Frankie Fish. Frankie gets it, throws the runner out at first, and the man on second, Rogel, advances to third in the infield out. Owen out. From second baseman Frankie Fish over to Collins. Rogel moving to third, and Fox coming to bat. Two men down in the fourth with the man on third. That's the second man that the Tigers have had on third base this afternoon. He's over there and wants to be brought in. Right now we have Fox leaning forward, run at the hip. Standing close to the inside line, waiting for Hallahan to pitch to him. Fox, the right fielder, a .281 batter during the season, a right-hand hitter. Hallahan gets his sign. Ready to pitch that ball in. There's a man over on third base ready to come down if they get a chance. That's Rogel. Here's the pitch. First ball pitched in, comes in too close to Fox. Close and high, ball one. Hallahan drives it toward third, just as he steps under the mound, digs his full face into the pitching rubber and takes his sign from Delancey. Pitching this ball to Fox. Here it comes. Ball one and strike one to Rogel. Hallahan accepts the next time from Delancey. Starts swinging into his windup. He balances, swings his right foot way around back up and lifts the ball down. There goes the ball towards center field. The hard hit ball. Orsatti started back. Now he's coming in the dead run and missed the ball. Didn't play the wind right. The runner starts towards second. There's a fast go to second. And it looks to me like it might be scored by the official scorer in Preston Evertown. It goes for a two-base hit. A double out to center field puts the runner over there on second base. Hallahan getting up his third hit of the afternoon. That wind that we spoke of just before this inning started. Orsatti ran back for that one. Saw the wind was catching it, turned and ran in as fast as he could. Fell, landed right in his face, and apparently from the way he's acting out there, he has broken his sunglasses. At least he got a lot of dirt and grass in his face. Now he's slipping the sunglasses back on, so I guess they're not broken. He tells everyone he's all right. Pitcher is looking out to see how he is. All right, we have Mr. Rogel on second base at the double he's set it. Owen comes to bat. A man on second, one down, and Owen at bat. A very tight, well-played ball game so far this afternoon. Last of the fourth with the Cardinals ahead 2-0. Hallahan ready to pitch this first ball down to Owen, a right-hand hitter. He reaches for it, swings the bat partway around, brings it back up again. It is called for the ball because he didn't make that half cut. Hallahan gets his sign to pitch another one down to Owen. Owen, a right-hand hitter, waiting for it. Hallahan Hallahan stretches, looks towards second where Rogel is roosting. He takes his lead. There's the pitch. The ball is hit to the bottom right towards Frankie Fish. Frankie gets it, throws the runner out at first, and the man on second, Rogel, advances to third in the infield out. Owen out. From second baseman Frankie Fish over to Collins. Rogel moving to third, and Fox coming to bat. Two men down in the fourth with the man on third. That's the second man that the Tigers have had on third base this afternoon. He's over there and wants to be brought in. Right now we have Fox leaning forward, right at the hip. Standing close to the inside line, waiting for Hallahan to pitch to him. Fox, the right fielder, a .281 batter during the season, a right-hand hitter. Hallahan gets his sign. Ready to pitch that ball in. There's a man over on third base ready to come down if they get a chance. That's Rogel. Here's the pitch. First ball pitched in, comes in too close to Fox. Close and high, ball one. Hallahan glances toward third just as he steps under the mound, digs his full face into the pitching rubber and takes his sign from Delancey. He's pitching this ball to Fox. Here it comes. There goes the ball back there. The ball goes for the hit. And it looks like he's on his way towards second. It looks like the second extra base hit. It is, and the ball is pitched to the second baseman. It's finally stopped by the first baseman Collins. The second throws it in. And one run comes in for the Tigers. He has a score now, 2-1, and over to the St. Louis Cardinals. Rogel doubled. That's the third of the infield out by Owen. All this happening after Gosler went out. And we have Fox coming up and hitting a double on the left field foul line. He pulls up on second base, scoring Rogel ahead of him with the first run for the Tigers. Now we have Lowe coming to bat. The tying run on second base is 2 down. Some sort of an argument going on down here. They're talking to the umpire at third base about the ball cutting over the base. The boys from St. Louis are telling that the ball should not have gone as a hit, but should have been called for the foul because it did not cut the base. They say that he didn't rate it fair or foul, so they didn't say it as strictly as usual. Medwick got no way from the umpires to whether it was fair or foul, so he threw the ball in very lackadaisically, got it to second base, but the runner was there ahead of it, and then the ball was loose down there, and finally picked up by Collins over near first, but the runner stayed on second. We have Fox on second base of the tying run. The score 2-1 in favor of the St. Louis Cardinals. And out of that is Screwball Lowe. He will be up in just a moment as soon as the infielders for the St. Louis Cardinals take their places. One of those ball games that you read about in books. Right up on their toes every minute. The Cards made one run in the second, one in the third. Detroit has not scored into this inning. They're one run behind with that tying run in second, and Screwball Lowe coming to bat. There's your drama in baseball. Hallahan pitching to his opponent, Screwball Lowe. Lowe batted .314 during the season. He's walking to that first pitch. He's a right-hand hitter facing a left-hand pitcher. Man on second base, Fox is taking a big lead. First ball pitch, and Lowe swings at strike one, missing a curveball under the hand of his bat. One strike to Lowe. One strike to the hitter. Hallahan's ready to take his next sign from Delancey. Swings up, looks towards second. Here's the pitch. Lowe takes that one wide. Ball one and strike one. 1-1 to Lowe. This boy Fox over there is just itching to go down to third base. He gets off balance on one foot, then gets his balance on the other one, and finally we find the shortstop sneaking in back and driving him back towards second. But he's commencing to increase his lead now. The next ball pitch is way over the top of Lowe. Denny McLain has to jump off the ground to stop a high throw. Ball two and strike one. It looks to me as if the ball got away from Hallahan that time, but he pays no attention to the Rosenbag. But it's just a high one. Ready for the ball to be pitched down. Hallahan takes his sign. The tying run is on second. The man down there, Fox, is taking a long lead. Here's the pitch. Lowe takes it for ball two. Ball three. Ball three wide. Ball three and strike one. 3-1 is the call to the hitter. We're playing the last out of the fourth with the tying run on second base and 2 down. Ball three and strike one to Schoolboy Rowe. Hallahan finally pitches the next one down. Rowe swings at a fast-breaking curveball on the inside corner at the knees for a 3-2 count. Ball three, strike two. Hallahan rubs the ball up a little bit, tosses it around in his glove, finally gets his sign to pitch to Rowe. Swings onto the mound, digs his left foot into that pitching rubber, glances towards second where Fox is roosting. Here's the pitch. Swings at strike three, you're out. Rowe striking out for the second time and bringing Hallahan's strikeout record up to 4 this afternoon, which means that Mr. Hallahan hits and strikeouts have been exactly the same. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. 1 man left at the bases. Repeating. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left at the bases.
This broadcast is sponsored by the makers of Ford and Lincoln cars and Ford trucks.
Back into the ball game, we find Lefty Hallahan, who just struck out his pitching opponent to get himself out of a tight spot at the end of the 4th inning. Will be the first man to come up and face that same pitching opponent from the other end of the infield. The conductor is the first man at bat in the first half of the 5th. St. Louis 2, Detroit 1 is the score in this second game of the series. Hallahan will be the first man to bat. Lowe is having a few warm-up throws. Watching for Hallahan to come up. He's swinging one bat, just coming up and taking it rather easily. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if we could get out from under this overcoat for just a second, we have time to light up cigarettes. All ready to go. Hallahan hits right-handed. He batted 182 during the regular season. First ball put to him, Lowe lays it down there for strike call in the inside corner of the knee. 1 strike to Hallahan. Hallahan's waiting for the next one. Lowe has the sign, winds up beautifully, hits an overhand curveball right down the groove with a lot of swift on it, and puts it in there for a strike. 2 calls. 2 strikes to Hallahan. Hallahan swings at the next one for strike 3, down on 3-pitch ball. That takes the second strikeout for Lowe this afternoon. The other man having been Medwick, who struck out as the last man out of the first inning with Frankie Frisch on first base. Lowe gets his sign, swings into an easy windup. He's ready to pitch to Pepper Martin. Pepper takes the stock at the first one. Almost a bump more than anything else. He swung his bat down halfway, and the ball went over to the shortstop. Shortstop Rogel getting over to Greenberg in time for the second out. Martin out from Rogel to Greenberg. In the 5th inning, making the second down and bringing Rothrock to bat. Rothrock has gone out twice to the infield. Once from second to first, and the other time from pitcher to first base on a sacrifice bunt which moved Martin over to second in the 3rd inning. First ball pitched down as a fast strike called on Rothrock. He's a switch batter batting left-handed against right-hand pitching. There are 2 men down, and Rothrock lifts the fast one that time. Lowe winds another one up, pitches down a slow ball. Misses the outside corner with an overhand slow ball that floated in wide. Ball 1 and strike 1. Waiting for the pitch. Lowe swings into the windup. Third baseman sneaking in a few steps. Here's the pitch. Rothrock takes the first out of the third ball, making way for the left-hand hitter for strike 2. Ball 1 and strike 2 to Rothrock. Stop when he turns the ball to Lowe. Lowe finally gets ready to pitch it. Cochran's waiting for it. Here it comes. Slow ball. It came in a little bit too close to Rothrock that time. Ball 2 and strike 2, just above the shoulders, in by the neck. 2 and 2 to the hitter with 2 down. Lowe takes another sign. He swings in. Arms up high the second time. He balances beautifully. Here's the pitch. There goes the ball off the second baseman to the line drive out to Gehringer, who wants to run need to get the ball. For the 5th inning, for the Cardinals, no run, no hit, no errors, no one left on base. No run, no hit, no errors, no one left on base. It's the second inning in a row in which the Cards have been held hitless. Starting the last half of the 5th, the leadoff man, White, followed by Cochran, and then by Gehringer, all 3 of whom are left-hand hitters, will be the first 3 men to face Hallahan. Hallahan having his warm-up throws with Delancey. The rest of the boys on the infield are shooting the ball around over to first base to Collins. Martin, DeRocher, and Frisch taking even turns. Hallahan still having his warm-up throws. You might be interested in knowing that the first 4 innings, not counting that first half of the 5th, the Cards made 2 runs on 6 hits, committed 1 error, and had 3 men left on the bases. Their opponents, the Tigers, in 4 innings, have made 1 run on 4 hits, 2 of them for extra bases, have committed no errors, and have had 5 left on the bases. A very tight, well-played ball game, with Sergio White sitting up there waiting for Hallahan to pitch that first ball down to start the last half of the 5th. With the pitch, he stops that ball for a line drive, taken by Frankie Frisch in a nice shot. Right out, on a line drive for Frankie Frisch, he took 2 or 3 quick steps till he got step high and caught the ball. Nice and good. All right, we have Cochran coming to bat. He's gone out once to first base without assistance. He has walked once, moved to third on getting his single in the first inning, and stood there when the last man, Greenberg, struck out. Callahan ready to pitch to Cochran, left-hand hitter. One man around, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Tries to punt, punts the ball foul down third base. One strike to Cochran. Strike one to Cochran. A very tight ball game with the Cardinals leading by a score of 2-1 in the last of the fifth. One down, no one on. One strike down to the hitter who just attempted to bunt. Cochran's waiting for the next pitch. Callahan has his stride. He swings it to the windup, balances, kicks back far. Here's the pitch. Way down, low and wide. A curveball breaking wide and low to a left-hand hitter. That's the ball, one strike one. 1-1 to Mickey. He's been waiting for the next pitch. Here it comes. That's a curve strike, cuts over the inside corner. Ball one and strike two, called. Mickey speaks to umpire Tom about it. He'll have to ease the ball back. Pitch is ready to pitch again. Ball one and strike two. Cochran standing down there, swings the bat up under his shoulder. Callahan is taking his time about getting that sign. It's ball one and strike two, and Cochran finally steps back out of the batsman's box. Callahan now gets ready to pitch to Cochran. There's the pitch. Cochran takes out, and the umpire looks it over and says wide for ball two. Ball two and strike two to Mickey. One man down, no one in the bases. Swinging the bat easily, bringing it down forward and snapping it down toward his feet. Back around out of his shoulder. Here's the pitch. Makes it too high and close for the ball. It's a 3-2 count to Mickey Cochran. Callahan has to bear this next one down in there. The sign comes up to Delancey. Callahan nods that he has it. Ready to pitch this ball in. 3-2. Here it comes. Ball four, and again we find Callahan walking the same man. Cochran walks. Puts Cochran on first base for his second walk of the afternoon, which, by the way, is the second walk given by Callahan. In each case, it was Cochran. Gehringer comes to bat. He's been safe on first in an error. He has singled and driven Cochran to third base. And he's two times up there. Now we have this boy Gehringer coming to bat, a left-hand hitter, one who batted .356 during the season. Two left-handers facing each other with a man on first with a tying run. Here's the pitch. Wide and low for the ball. Wide and low. Callahan steps off the mound, finally steps back up out of it again, gets his sign from Delancey. There's the pitch. Ball's over the top of Gehringer's head. We'll have a call of ball two. He ducks that one, the ball coming over his head. Ball two, no strike. A man on first at the tying run and only one down in this inning. The last half of the fifth. Cardinals are ahead 2-1, and Callahan is pitching himself out of the spot the best he can right now is Gehringer up there at bat. Gehringer's had one of the 4 hits off Callahan this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Right down the groove. Strike ball. Gehringer jumps forward to disconcert the pitcher that time, but he whipped one in there with a lot of stuff on it. Ball two and strike one. Collins, the first baseman, walks over, picks up a little blade of grass and calls something to Callahan. Finally steps back toward first base. Cochran, who walks, is over on first. With that tying run, Gehringer's up there with a 2-1 count. He's ahead of the pitcher. Pitcher stretches, looks toward first, but the runner's taking the lead. He breaks for second. The ball is fouled back into the screen, trying to put the hit and run on that time. But Gehringer's wallop turned out to be a foul. So Mickey comes back. It's ball two, strike two. And the baseball this time goes clear around the infield. Ball game still goes on here. Just that time Collins threw the ball over the top of Callahan's head so Martin could get the ball and toss it to Callahan. Callahan reached for it, but Martin got it and threw it back to him. That's the first ball of this series. It's been thrown completely around the infield. If you've noticed. Ball two, strike two. There's a league rule on that, you know. 2-2 to the hitter, one down, man on first, and watching for Callahan to pitch this one down. Gehringer's in there waiting for it. Here's the pitch. And there's the ball outside right field. It's hit way out there. The right fielder goes back in the corner after it, and he gets the ball for the out. We have a fly up to Rothrock, way back there in right field. A good long wallop. Lots of height to it, giving Rothrock plenty of time to get under it. And now we have Greenberg coming to bat. The cleanup man, a right-hand hitter with a .340 average for the season. He's gone out once this afternoon from third baseman, Cabermachi, over the first baseman Collins, and he has struck out. Greenberg's at bat with a man on first to try and run 2 down. And the play in the last half of the fifth. Callahan gets his sign. Looks to see what the fielders have placed. Swings around and sees it playing this fellow for a left field hitter. Greenberg's down waiting for it. Cochran leading at first base. There's the pitch. Greenberg takes that for strike. Called. He started to reach for it, changed his mind, and had it called for a strike anyway. One strike to Greenberg. Callahan finally swings out and looks at the outfielders again. Glances over toward the scoreboard. Makes a sign to the catcher that he hasn't received that sign. Looking down there, waiting to get it, taking his time as an old head will do in a pinch like this. One strike to Greenberg with a runner on first with that tying run. He wants to protect that extra run lead that he has. Next ball is fired by Greenberg. Back into the screen, strike two. 2 strikes to Greenberg. Callahan takes the new ball and goes to the rosin bag this time. Center fielder Shoddy has just shifted over about 4 or 5 steps to his right, which brings him closer toward left center. Playing Greenberg definitely low for a left field hitter. Callahan's going to pitch to Greenberg in just a moment. Greenberg swinging the bat. Mickey Cochran, the head man's over on first base. Strike 2 is the call. No ball's called. The next one comes in wide for the ball. Ball 1, strike 2, a waste ball that time. Couldn't get Greenberg to go for it. And that's the kind of a ball he struck at the last time when he struck out. Callahan leans forward and gets his sign from Delancey. Greenberg swings the bat. Man on first base starts to lead. That's Cochran over there. He's walked for the second time. Here's the pitch. Started to reach for it. Umpire said he did not swing at it. Frankie Fish said he did swing at it. So does the catcher. Frankie Fish is coming in and talking to umpire Reardon at second base. And Reardon says, no, he did not complete his swing. You have to go halfway to make that swing. Greenberg steps out of the batsman's box. Umpire Turner standing with his arms folded. He walks up toward home plate in order to accept the challenge of Frankie Fish coming in. Umpire Turner, who's been in there year after year and whose decisions are law. He's the man who became famous for going up to a very belligerent player one time and drawing a line with his foot and saying, don't step over the line. And he didn't. This is very good baseball, ladies and gentlemen. When a pitcher's in a spot, it takes both the batter and the pitcher weight. The pitcher to get a little bit more strength and the batter to forget the timing. That's what most of that arguing is done for down at home plate anyway. Ball 2, strike 2 with 2 down and the man over on first base. Callahan's ready to hook one down to Greenberg, who's in there waiting for it. Switching the bat around in his hands. He finally steps back, takes a little dust, dries his hands. Callahan approaches the mound, gets his sign. Cochran starts his lead at first. A very tight situation in the ball game. Here's the pitch way wide and high for ball 3 and strike 2. 3 and 2, an overhand curveball that forgot to break. Ready for that next ball to be pitched in. Callahan approaches the mound. Man on first base, ready to go with the pitch. It's 3 and 2 with 2 down. There he goes, and it's ball 4. Callahan walks his third man, his second successive walk. There's a man on first. There's a man on second with the tying run. And Goose Joslin, who got the first of the 4 hits off Callahan, is coming to bat now with the tying run on second. Joslin, a left-hand hitter, is facing Callahan, a left-hand pitcher. Callahan walks back toward the rosin bag. Rubs the ball up a little bit. Gets all ready to go. Reardon on second base. The umpire over there is talking to Cochran. Mickey standing with his hands in his hips, passing some sort of a sign down here. Goslin's waiting for the pitch. Runners on first and second. That tying runner's moved to second now. It's a tight situation. And Callahan's taking his time. Finally swings into position. Gets ready to pitch that first ball out of Goslin. Here's the pitch. Goslin takes it for a strike call to the inside corner of the hip. 1 strike. 1 strike to Goslin. Callahan stretches again. Runners on first and second taking the lead as Goslin takes the ball right past his nose. High for ball 1. Up above the shoulders and in close for a 1-1 count, making Goslin bend back and fade away from that pitch. Callahan swings up, glances toward the third base dugout and takes another sign. Bonnie from Delancey. Swings toward third base. Looks over toward Delancey, the catcher. Runners on first and second increasing the lead. Little slap lead. Here comes the pitch. There goes the ball out toward right center. Orsotti's coming in for it on a dead run. The right fielder's coming in, and Orsotti takes the ball. Played the wind nicely that time and got the ball for a flyout. Gosman making the last out on the fly to Ernie Orsatti to end the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on bases for the Tigers in the fifth. Repeating, no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on bases.
The nationwide broadcasts of the World Series games are brought to you by the Ford Motor Company.
Back into the first half of the sixth inning with Frankie Frisch, Medwick, and Collins, the first 3 men to come and face Schoolboy Rowe. The St. Louis Cardinals scored once in the second and once in the third. Detroit scored once in the fourth on 2 beautiful singles, both of them for extra bases. Now we have Frisch will be up at bat in just a moment, but right now Rowe is having some warm-up here. Greenberg tossing the old rubber ball around the infield to Owen, Rogel, and Gehringer, all taking their shots at that first base place over there. Frisch, who batted 306 during the season, will be the first man up, being a switch batter. He got left-handed against right-hand pitching. We have Medwick following him. Medwick struck out his first time up and singled in the third inning. Drove in a run. And he attempted to score on the Collins single immediately after that. It was out of the plate and a nice throw from Gosman down to Cochran. Right now, Frankie Frisch is coming up toward the batsman's box. Umpire Clem dusts off the home plate very, very carefully. Does that same thing that he always does, dusts off the home plate and hits his right heel with the wrist broom. Takes the wrist broom in his pocket, puts on his mask, and says, "Let's play ball, boys." Frankie Frisch at bat, 2-1 in favor of St. Louis. First half of the sixth, Rowe ready to pitch it. Here it comes. Frankie takes the first pass one right down there for strike one call. 1 strike to Frisch. Frankie stands back deep in the box. He's waiting for the next pitch. Here it comes. Frisch takes that one close for the ball. Ball 1 and strike 1. 1-1 to the hitter. Rowe takes another sign. Arms high, he balances. Here comes the fast one. Frankie hits the short first base, pops a little bit. It's a high ball. The first baseman gets him out unassisted. Frisch out to first baseman Greenberg unassisted. That brings Medwick to bat. He has had 1 of the 5 hits off the pitching of Rowe. Rowe has not given a hit since he gave up 3 in the third inning, and we're now in the sixth. Then we go into the ball game in the sixth inning. His pass hits down here to Medwick. He swings at strike 1. 1 strike to Medwick. Rowe has given 6 hits. I called it wrong. Thanks a lot, French, for calling my attention to that. He gave 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the first. Next ball comes down as a hard hit ball out toward left field. Toward left center. Center fielder coming in for it, playing the wind, and gets the ball right there. Medwick out on a fly to the center fielder, White. He stayed out there and waited till Carroll had reached the peak of the arc, and then he started to run in for it. He came in and shot it very nicely, arms outstretched, but played the wind very carefully. Collins, who has had 1 of the 6 hits off Rowe, is the boy coming to bat. Collins comes to bat. Over to the fifth swing. 2 men down in the sixth, and he has not allowed a hit since the third inning. First ball pitched in, almost gets Collins. Close to the belt for ball 1. Ball 1 to Ripper. Playing in for a right field hitter. Then he set for the ball to be pitched. The wind-up start. Here it comes. He swings. Terrific swing at that ball for a strike. Ball 1 and strike 2. Swinging so hard he spun completely off his feet. Turned around and faced the opposite direction. He caught his balance. Getting set for that next pitch. He takes a cut of that one, a very slow, easy cut, and it's strike 2. Ball 1 is strike 2. That's a curveball that time. Rowe lines the next one up, balances, and pitches it down. It's a slow one hit out foul into the stands toward right field. All ball hits against the rail and bounces into the box seat. It's a 1-2 count to Collins. Some little happening over there in the bleachers over by left field. Someone stood up and 17,000 shrieking fans yelled for down. There's the pitch. The ball is hit toward first. It's taken by Greenberg. Greenberg throws it over to Rowe, who makes a peek of the play at first base, getting there just ahead of Collins. That retires the side for the third inning straight. Without a hit. No run. No hit. No errors. No one left on base. No run. No hit. No errors. And no one left on bases for the Cubs. Now we have a condition where it's up to Lefty Hallahan to come in and take that 2-run lead or 1-run lead that he has and protect it. It's 2-1 in favor of the Cardinals, with Rogel, who doubled in the fourth, and scored on Fox's double, the first man to face him. He will be followed in turn by Owen, third baseman, a right-hand hitter who batted .316 during the current season, and who has struck out once and gone out once from second to first in this game. And he in turn will be followed by Fox, the boy who's doubled. in the fourth inning has driven in the only run that the Tigers have. It's a tight, well-played ball game here. Just like you expect to see a World Series. So far, it's very close. 2-1, favor to the Cardinals. Rogel, the first man to step up and face Mr. Hallahan, left-hand pitcher. Rogel is a switch starter, the only switch starter the Detroit boys have in their lineup. Watching for the first ball, he sits down as soon as Hallahan receives the ball. He just got it from Pepper Martin. Gets up to the mound. That's the first time to Yancey. He gets ready to pitch to Rogel. Playing Rogel for a short center field hitter. Hallahan starts his wind-up. Arms going over his head. He balances. Here's a pitch to Rogel. He takes a cut at the ball and fouls it back up into the net. Ball bounces on down below. And a new ball is thrown back immediately from Delancey to Hallahan. Hallahan doesn't even start to rub that ball up. He just walks over and gets ready to pitch it down to Rogel. So one strike is the call to Rogel. The first ball pitch he fouled. Watching for the next pitch. The wind-up starts. He balances. Here it comes. He took a slug at that. It's a slow one down third baseline in foul territory. Taken in the bounce by Pepper Martin and thrown around the infield. Rogel now has two strikes. One fouled back to the screen. The other fouled along the third baseline. Martin has received the ball from Collins and given it to Hallahan. Now approaches the mound. Taking so place in after smoothing out the dirt. Takes his time to pitch to Rogel. The pitcher's out ahead of him. Nothing in two. The ball's called. Two strikes. Rogel swinging the bat down, bringing it back onto his shoulder. The wind-up start. Here's the pitch. Rogel fouls that one back into the screen. He's taking a cut of everything that looks good, and they all look good. Rogel steps in and waits for another one. Hallahan has a new baseball. Every time he pitched to Rogel so far in this inning. Rogel swinging the bat down there. Seems to be very, very relaxed. Not the least bit tight. He's waiting for that ball to be pitched in. There's a one-run lead at the Cardinals. It's 2-1 in their favor. Here's the pitch way high and wide. He wouldn't go for that one. Ball one and strike two to the hitter. One and two. Rogel steps out, ducks his hand a bit, drives him, steps back in again, and Hallahan immediately starts to wind up. Pitches the ball down. That one's far for the ball, too wide. Wide at the shoulders for the 2-2 count. Rogel got that two strikes and then started to wait for them. We'll see how the next one turns out. The call is 2-2 to the first hitter up here. Playing the last of the sixth. Rogel hits one towards third. Pepper Martin gets it on the second bounce. Hits it over the first base. Over the top of the first base. Rogel starts the second. And takes second. The right fielder drops the ball. Finally picks it up. A terrific throw on the part of Martin for an error. Rogel safe on second base from an error. A bad throw by Pepper Martin. The tying run goes to second. That is the second error this afternoon on the part of the St. Louis Cardinals. Pepper got that ball and threw it way over the top of Collins' head. Collins made a terrific leap forward but missed the ball by at least 3 feet. Owen comes to bat with a tying run on second and nobody down in the sixth. All right, Hallahan's in a bad spot now. He's been in the same kind of a spot in the third, fourth, and fifth inning. Let's see what he does this time. No one down this time. Owen's a 316 batter. Fox is a 281 batter, and Lowe a 314 batter. Watch for Hallahan to pitch to Owen. He has struck out once. He's down around once to the infield. Right now, the shortstop, DeRocher, is standing about 8 feet from second base. Watching Rogel. First ball pitch down, ball one, too wide. Ball one. Ready for the next pitch. Here it comes. The race down a bunt. Pitcher gets it. Goes to third. And the runner is out of third base on the attempted bunt. For a sacrifice, we have Hallahan getting the ball, throwing it to Martin. He's got Rogel. Owen safe on first and the fielder's choice. And the man on first is Fox coming to bat. An attempted bunt turned out to be a putout. Well, the ball all right, but it was an attempted sacrifice. Man is out from pitcher over to third baseman, coming down from second. All right, there's a man on first, one man down on the Fox coming to bat. With his trouble, he drove in the first run for the Detroit Tigers. The only run they had, and that was in the fourth inning. That's the right-hand hitter waiting for Hallahan to pitch to him. There's a man on first and one one out with a 2-1 score in favor of St. Louis. Very tight in the last half of the sixth. He attempted the bunt and had it called for a strike. One strike to Fox, the right fielder. A 281 batter for the season. Callahan takes his time to pick another one up. Moves up the pitching mound, tries to build around to his third place, keeping his eye on Owen, the boy over on first base. Shortstop over there, DeRocher yells, come on, Bill, come on, Bill, come on, Bill, get this boy Fox. Here comes the pitch. Fox takes it for the ball. Very plainly you can hear what they say down there on the field. Most of this come on, come on. Ball one and strike one. 1-1 to Fox. Fox standing there, bent at the knees, leaning forward slightly at the waist, waiting for the pitch. Callahan looking toward first to see Owen take his lead. Here's the pitch. Fox hits one straight up in the air. Frankie Frisch is coming in for it. The wind blowing it away from him, but he takes the ball for the out. Up puts Fox out on a fly to Frankie Frisch. There's a man on first, and Rowe comes to bat. It's up to Rowe. Schoolboy Rowe comes to bat. Or should come up to bat. Just a moment now. All right, he steps up toward the bat to Fox. Meantime, we find Mr. Delancey out talking to Callahan. Rowe has struck out twice in his 2 times up here at the plate today, although he did bat .314 during the Major League season. Rowe swings into the batsman's box, waits for the pitcher to throw that first ball. There's a man on first with 2 outs. Callahan keeping his eye on Owen. Owen's taking his lead at first. Here's the pitch. Rowe takes the first one. Ball a little bit wide. Ball 1 too wide to Rowe. Rowe is steady in there, waiting for the next one. All set. Drops the bat down off his shoulder, hits it back up again. Callahan stretches, looks toward first. Here's the pitch. That's one call for the ball. Wide. Mr. Delancey tried to sell a strike on him by holding up the right hand, but it goes for ball just a little bit wide to Rowe, just about the knee. Ball 2, no strike. Callahan's ready to swing into that next one. Ready for the next pitch to come down. Another wide one for ball 3. Ball 3 and no strikes to Rowe. And over on first base, Callahan has no wind-up. He's watching the first baseman at first base all the time. And he steps over and just touches the rosin sack with his fingers. Callahan takes his time from Delancey to pitch down a row. And on first base is lead. It's a 3-0 count. They send the pitch for strike call. The automatic strike comes in about shoulder high on the outside corner to a right-hand hitter. 1 strike to Rowe. Callahan stretches. He's watching the runner on first. He's already to go. The bat and ball come together. Strike foul in the inside corner at the chest. Ball 3, strike 2. One of the fastest balls Callahan has whipped down this afternoon. He put everything back at that. 3-2. The runner on first will go with the pitch with 2 down. He's all set to go, increasing his lead just a trifle. There goes the runner down towards second. And it's strike 3 called. You're out. He's pointed right down the middle for the first strike, making his 5th strikeout. And in 3 of those 5 cases, Schoolboy Rowe was the man. In the 6th inning, for the Detroit Tigers, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 man left at the bases. For the Tigers, no runs, no hits, 1 error charged against Pepper Martin, 1 man left at the bases.
The Ford Motor Company hopes that the crowds that are listening in at the showrooms of Ford dealers throughout the United States and Canada, as well as everywhere else, are enjoying this game.
2 down. He's all set to go, increasing his lead just a trifle. There goes the runner down towards second. And it's strike 3 called. You're out. He's pointed right down the middle for the first strike, making his 5th strikeout. And in 3 of those 5 cases, Schoolboy Rowe was the man. In the 6th inning, for the Detroit Tigers, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 man left at the bases. For the Tigers, no runs, no hits, 1 error charged against Pepper Martin, 1 man left at the bases.
The Ford Motor Company hopes that the crowds that are listening in at the showrooms of Ford dealers throughout the United States and Canada, as well as everywhere else, are enjoying this game.
Back into the 7th inning, we find Delancey, who's had 1 hit and scored once and has gone out once on a fly to left field. Or Ducky, who has tripled once and scored Delancey ahead of him, and has laid down a bunt, which turned out to be a hit out of first base on a circuit. Mr. DeRocher, who was a .266 hitter during the season, has has gone out on a pop fly to the first baseman and has gone out once from Owen at third over to first baseman Greenberg. Those are the first three men to come in and face Mr. Rowe, who's pitching this inning, and since the third inning, Rowe has not allowed the semblance of a hit. The St. Louis Cardinals are ahead by a score of 2-1 in the first half of the seventh inning. Second game of the World Series of 1934. There goes the line drive. A piece of a catch by the shortstop, Mr. Rogel. He took 2 steps to his right, made a dive towards third base, caught the ball about 4 inches from the ground by crossing his gloved hand over his body. A beautiful catch for the put-out. Delancey out to the shortstop, Mr. Rogel, on a spectacular catch. Orsatti coming to bat. Orsatti at bat. Schoolboy Rose steps up there and gets his sign from Cochran. The Cards are trying to get 4 runs because that 1-run lead looks a little bit tough every time they go out there on the field. It's 2-1 in favor of the Cards. Rowe has held and hit this since the first. First ball pitched down here is a slow strike to Orsatti, who jumped up into the front of the batsman's box, attempting to disconcert Mr. Rowe. But he hits it right in there with a lot of hook on it for strike 1. Rowe winds up again, pitches an overhand curveball that will miss at the outside corner at the shoulders for a 1-1 count. Ball 1 strike 1 to Orsatti with 1 down and no one on, and playing the first of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Then he hits the bounder back towards second. Second baseman comes up with it over to first base, and Orsatti is out by 2 steps. On a nice throw from Gehringer over to Greenberg. Gehringer to Greenberg for the out. Now we have DeRocher coming to bat. DeRocher at bat. Mr. DeRocher is a .256 hitter, a right-hand hitter. Takes a snap at the first fastball and misses it for strike 1. 1 strike to DeRocher. There are 2 men out. There's nobody on the bases. Rowe hits another one down, a sidearm curveball and hits the corner for strike 2 with an awful lot of twist on it. Strike 2 to DeRocher. Rowe gets ready to pitch another one. Starts the windup and balances. Here comes the swing of the arm, and the ball is hit up in the air toward first base. It's a foul. First baseman's going back after it. But the second baseman left over as the wind blows it in behind the first baseman who's going for it. Greenberg was running away from first. The ball was thrown over his shoulder. Gehringer crossed over from his position at second in the infield with a nice running shot of a foul out. This retires the side with no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left to the base. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left to the base. It's the third inning. With monotonous regularity, Mr. Rowe has set the boys down. 1, 2, 3. During that time, since the third inning, there have been 11 men bat against him. He has struck out 1 and made every one of them go out to the infield except 2. That was Medwick in the 6th, who flied out to the center fielders, and Delancey in the 4th, who flied out to the left fielder. The only 2 men to successfully have hit the ball out of the infield, and both of them will fly out since the third inning. Great pitching is being shown today. Fact of the matter is, we have 6 hits off Rowe, 2 runs off Rowe. He has struck out 2 and walked nobody. Hallahan has allowed 4 hits, 1 run, has struck out 5 and walked 3. We start out with White, Cochran, and Gehringer start in the 7th inning. The leadoff men coming up to bat. The score 2-1 in favor of the St. Louis Cards, and a hometown crowd of Tiger fans here is yelling for a rally. The leadoff man coming up in the 7th. White waits for the first pitch and stalks it up in the air. Shortstop is going back after it, says he can get it. He's backing out in toward left center and gets the ball in short left center for the out. White out on the first ball pitch and a fly to DeRocher, the shortstop. That puts 1 man down and brings Cochran to bat. Cochran has walked twice, gone on once to the infield, first base on his list. All right, Hallahan gets ready to pitch this ball on to Cochran. Cochran stands in there swinging the bat. Hallahan walked him in the 3rd, walked him in the 5th. First ball pitched down, he attempts to bunt. The ball goes to the left of the plate for the foul. Strike. 1 strike to Mickey Cochran. Cochran hits it down toward right field. A piece of a play over there with the second baseman, Frankie Frisch, running to his left, getting the ball back in the grass as it entered right field, flipping it over to Collins for the out. Cochran out, from second baseman Frisch over to Collins at first for the second out of this inning, and Gehringer comes to bat. Gehringer, the second baseman, coming to bat. Mr. Hallahan is not allowed to hit since the 4th inning, and they're mixing for 2 doubles and made the 1 run, as the Tigers now have. Gehringer has had one of the 4 hits off Hallahan. Hallahan swings at the windup. This is the first one to Gehringer. too close to the belt for ball one. Ball one of the hitters, 2 down, no one on, and the Cardinals leading 2-1 as we're playing the last half of the 7th. Callahan taking another stand, ready to swing into the windup. They're playing this boy for a left field hitter. Next one's called ball 2. Ball 2, that one going wide. The first one missed the inside corner, the next one the outside corner. Callahan's taking his stand. Third baseman Martin walks in a few steps. It's a 2-0 count on Gillinger. Now he starts to back up at third base. The next ball missed the outside corner just above the knees for strike one call. Ball 2, strike one. Gillinger steps forward into that, changed his mind, yanked the bat back and took it for the called strike. Callahan circles his arms over his head, balances and hits the next one down with a lot of speed on it, but it's too high, coming in past Gillinger's head. Ball 3 and strike one. 3-1 to Gillinger. We're getting set for that next ball to be put down. 3-1. This one has to be good. Ball 4, take your walk. That's another walk by Callahan. Making 4 walks this afternoon. The walks now evenly hit. Gillinger is on first base of the walk. Greenberg is a .340 hitter for the season, which means that he's well up there. He's a right-hand hitter, batting against the left-hand pitcher with a man on first with a tying run and 2 down. Another tense situation. This ball game has been tense all the way through. Both pitchers have been in spots. World Series baseball. The first ball is pitched, missed by the catcher, but it hits against his shin guard and bounces it over the plate. He receives it quickly and throws it back to the pitcher, Callahan. Greenberg then is called for ball 1. Ball 1 to Greenberg. That tying run is on first due to a walk, and Greenberg is the man hitting. Callahan swings in, ready to pitch that next one. Now they're playing Greenberg for a left field hitter. He takes a fast strike call. Ball 1 and strike 1. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Greenberg. Third baseman Pepper Martin backs up a few steps and walks in a few steps, and just before the ball was pitched to Greenberg, he steps back probably 8 or 10 steps. Callahan pitches another one down. Taken for ball too low. Is it too low for ball 2? Ball 2 and strike 1. Greenberg looking back to the lamp. He was talking to Clem over his shoulder on that last decision. Kind of grinning about it. Callahan swings onto the mound, keeping his eye on that runner on first base, Gillinger, whom he just walked. It's 2-1 to Greenberg. Greenberg swings with a wide fast one. Ball 2 and strike 2. He whipped that one down there with a lot of stuff on it. 2-2. He's getting set for this pitch. Callahan pitching very cautiously, taking his time. It's a 2-2 count with 2 down and the man on first. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 calls the left, right down the middle. That's Callahan's 6th strikeout this afternoon. Greenberg looking at the third strike for the second time this afternoon. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on bases. For the Tigers in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on the base.
Here's good news for millions of radio listeners. Next Sunday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the Ford Motor Company will inaugurate over the complete coast-to-coast Columbia network the Ford Sunday evening hour. This will be a full hour of glorious music. There will be a symphony orchestra under the direction of Victor Kolar, who conducted the Detroit Symphony Orchestra at Ford Gardens at the fair, and celebrated soloists from the operatic and concert stage. Also a mixed chorus of 24 voices. This Sunday evening, Madame Yerissa, famous operatic star, will be the guest artist, and Mr. Edsel Ford will make a brief talk.
Starting the ball game in the first half of the 8th inning, the Schoolboy Rowe pitching first to Callahan, his pitching opponent, then to Pepper Martin, then to Rothrock. Callahan and Martin both hit right-handed. Rothrock is a switch batter. We have Callahan standing down there waiting for the ball to be pitched. He has slid out to right and he has struck out, and he's 2 times at the plate. First ball pitched, he took a cut at the ball, a fairly cutting down as if to bunt, and it was called for strike 1. The ball bounced off of the side of his bat, off of Delancey's glove, and struck umpire Clem on the inside of his left thigh. He's walking around now, lifting his feet up in the air to see if they still track. Apparently they do, so he's all ready to go. All right, Callahan has 1 strike. That ball is 6 wide and high for a 1-1 count. Ball 1 and strike 1 to lefty Callahan. These pitchers have both been throwing great guns since the 3rd and 4th innings. Neither one of them having allowed a hit since that time. The next ball pitched in comes too close. Callahan fades out from it. Ball 2, and strike one to Hallahan, who hit 182 for the season, by the way. With the pitch, Hallahan hits one up in the air over near second base. Second baseman back out it, says he can get it. He's right. Mr. Dillinger takes the ball for the putout. That puts one man down. Next man coming to bat, Pepper Martin, who's had one hit, scored once this afternoon, gone out once to the infield from short to first, and has flied out once to center field in his 3 appearances at the plate. He will be followed by Rock, who has not hit the ball out of the infield. Martin coming up, steps to the batsman's box. Rowe gets his sign from the head man, pitches the ball down, and Martin takes a swing at it and hits it over to the shortstop. He comes up with it, makes a right throw to first with a long stretch in the front of Greenberg, and Martin is out by a step. Martin out on a throw from shortstop over to first base. In other words, from Mr. Rogel to Mr. Greenberg. Rothrock comes to bat. He's been at bat twice or safely this afternoon, and each time has gone out to the infield. 2 men down in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Rothrock takes the cut at the first one. A very fast ball. Whipping at the ball after drop down in Cochran's hip for strike one. Rowe ready to pitch the next one down. The pitch. He reaches for a slow one. Has to furnish his own power. Doesn't get the power in there, and Dillinger throws him out at first base. Out from Dillinger over to first base. And since the 3rd inning, this pitcher, Mr. Rowe, has not allowed the Summons to hit. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left in the bases in the 8th for the Cards. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no run left. The Tigers now come in for their turn at bat in the last half of the 8th with Goslin, Rogel, and Owen. A possibility that Fox might come up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have time for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The WBBMI Theater, Wrigley Building, Chicago.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, right back in your home to tell you about this 8th inning. Goslin, who's had one hit, Rogel, who doubled and scored on Fox's double, and Owen, who has had no hit this afternoon, will be the first 3 men to come up and face Lefty Hallahan in the 8th inning. These fans up here are really pulling for the Tigers. Don't think they're not, because they stood up in the 7th, now they're standing up again in the 8th. Goslin, left-hand hitter, will be the first man up to bat. Steps into the batsman's box. Pepper Martin has walked over toward his playing position. Hallahan gets his sign from Delancey. We're starting the last of the 8th with the St. Louis Cardinals leading 2-1. They scored once in the 2nd, once in the 3rd, and Detroit scored once in the 4th. There's a pitch to Goslin. The right one called. 1 strike to Goose Goslin, a 302 hitter during the regular league season, a left-handed batter. Lefty Bill Hallahan gets ready to wind this one up. Here it comes. Overhand curveball that hit the dirt about 6 feet in front of the plate. Bounced up and struck the catcher on the inside of his right thigh. And now he's doing the goose step down there, just as umpire Sam did a few moments ago. Ball 1 and strike 1. Goslin's down there waiting for it. Hallahan taking his time, pitching extremely cautiously here in the last 2 or 3 innings. The last 2 innings particularly. Been very cautious about the way he pitches that ball. Taking lots of time between pitches. There goes the ball back toward right. Frankie Fish makes a stop on a throw to first base, and the runner's out on the play. Well, Fish got the ball at least 8 feet back in the grass and whipped it over to first base. Going to his left, catching his balance, getting the ball in the hop and whipping it down without taking a step forward. Throwing it from a side-arm position, and Goslin is out on a very close decision, a very fast play. So we have Rogel coming to bat. Rogel is the last man to get a hit off the pitching of Hallahan. No, he's not. I beg your pardon. Mr. Fox is the last man. Rogel got a hit in the 4th and scored on Fox's double. This ball pitched to Rogel too close to the knees in the inside corner for ball 1. Ball 1 with 1 down. And it's still 2-1 in favor of St. Louis. Wind-up strike. The pitch is delivered. There goes the ball out toward right center. Back deep. Right fielder's over after it and takes the ball for the out after a short run. Rogel out. On a fly to the right fielder, Mr. Rathrock. Owen comes to bat. He has struck out once, grounded out once to the infield from second to first, and on an attempted bunt, Rogel, who was on second, was thrown out. And he was safe on a fielder's choice in the sixth. So much then for the batting powers of Mr. Owen this afternoon, who batted .316 during the regular season, and is a dangerous hitter at any kind of a pinch. Although he's batting down here in the seventh spot, he's liable to cork one any time. Here comes the pitch. The ball is fired up into the right field stands. Up among the first men, who missed the ball and it dropped down below. So one strike call to Mr. Owen, the third baseman. The right-hand hitter who's facing Lefty Hallahan with 2 down and no one out. Hallahan accepts the sign from Delancey, swings it to the windup, balances high. Here's the pitch. A high bounder back towards second base. Frankie first gets it, puts it over to first base. The runner's out by a step. Another nice play by Frankie, who came in and was out that time. And we found that Mr. Hallahan has not allowed a hit now since the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on bases for the Tigers in the last half of the eighth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left.
The Ford Motor Company, which is sending you these World Series broadcasts, hopes that you are enjoying the game.
We are starting the first half of the ninth inning with Frankie Frisch, Mickey Medwick, and Rip Collins, the first 3 men coming to face Schoolboy Rowe. Since the fourth, Hallahan has not allowed a hit, and since the third, Rowe has not allowed a hit. The ball has just been popped now by Frankie Frisch out toward left field, and it looks as if the ball is taken foul by Mr. Garvin, who played the winds nicely and got the ball in foul territory for Frisch to be the first out on a foul fly to left field. The next man coming to bat is Medwick, who tore things apart yesterday, who has had 1 hit today. Has gone out attempting to score on a single by Collins, trying to score from second base, but he was thrown out at the plate by Garvin. He has flied out to center field, and he has struck out once. Mickey Medwick, right-hand hitter, 1 man down the ninth. First ball pitched in a nice fast strike on the inside corner just above the knee. The right one to Medwick. Rowe winds another one up. This is a foul fly one down, and Medwick reaches for it and misses with the end of the spot for strike 2. Same sort of an overhand throw that time, but that ball didn't come down. It kept sailing along high. Medwick reached for it and missed it. 2 strikes to Medwick. Rowe winds another one up. He balances. Here's a pitch. Medwick takes it for strike 3. A fast-breaking curveball on the inside corner. And in a 3 strikeout this afternoon by Mr. Rowe, Medwick has struck out twice. The other man was Hallahan. Now there are 2 men out of the ninth, and the man coming to bat is Rip Collins. A .333 hitter with 35 home runs to his credit this year. A switch batter who's had 1 hit, grounded out once to the infield and flied out once to center. As Collins got ready to come in for his turn at bat, Rowe got ready to wind up and pitch the ball down, but umpire Tom noticed there was an extra bat lying over there near first. He also noticed something going around right field and stopped the play. Here's the first pitch. Collins takes the first and posts the bat. Ball runs. Rowe seems to be pitching a faster fastball as the game goes along. He has shown beautiful control and power ever since that first. 1 ball pitch to Collins. He takes the shot at the next and fires it off the end of his bat back into the crowd to the net to the plate. Ball 1 and strike 1. Rowe receives a new ball from Cochran. There are 2 men down, nobody on in the ninth, and the Cardinals are enjoying at the present time that 1-run lead that looks as big as a mountain. Mountains have been scaled, you never can tell. Here's the pitch. Collins swings it another one. And the ball bounces back against Cochran. Bounces out in front of the plate, and it looks as if Collins is going to take a Marshall Niblick shot at that ball. After it struck the ground. Ball 1 and strike 2. They're yelling to someone down there. There's a fellow in white down there. 2 of the boys, 4 of the boys now. We have white uniforms just standing down along the right field, and they're back in behind the screen, but their white uniforms are interfering with the side of the ball as it comes up to a left-hand hitter apparently. Ball 1 and strike 2 to Collins. 2 down. Here's the pitch. Collins takes it high, right past the nose to ball 2. 2 and 2 to the hitters. Rowe swings up, winds it. Here it comes. Collins takes it for strike 3. Called you out. Right down to the outside corner. A third ball cutting away from him, and he takes it for strike 3. You're out. Rowe then is credited with his 4th strikeout of the afternoon and has not allowed a hit since the 3rd. No runs in the ninth. No hits, no errors, and no one left on bases for the Cardinals. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left for the bases. Not a man has reached base on the pitching of Rowe since the 3rd inning. Cardinals, so World Series 50. Mr. Hallahan, on the other hand, don't think you haven't been watching him, too. He has a lot of hits and support. Both pitchers have been pitching great ball this afternoon. The score is 2-1 in favor of the Cardinals, and it's up to Mr. Hallahan now if he wants to win his ball game to protect this one-run lead. And during the time he's trying to protect it, he's facing the following three men. Mr. Fox, Mayhap, Mr. Rowe, and Mr. White. The two last men in the list, they may put in a pinch batter for Rowe, we do not know. Fox is coming to bat. The score is 2-1 in favor of the St. Louis Cardinals. We're starting the last half of the ninth. The crowd has come out of its stance after having watched this great pitcher's battle, and they're starting to yell for that win. Cardinals are ahead. There's the first ball pitched down, and Mr. Fox fouls it back into the screen. Fox, you know, doubled in the fourth inning and drove in Rogel, who had doubled just before him, for the one run that the American League team has this afternoon in this ball game. And there goes the ball out toward right field. It's a line drive single, and the tying run is on base. Hallahan giving up his fifth hit of the afternoon, and his first hit since the fourth inning. The Tigers are going to try to go out here and make one of their famous ninth-inning runs in this ball game. The crowd stands up to a man and cheers. The next man coming to bat should be Rowe. Schoolboy Rowe is going to bat. Although he has a record this afternoon of having struck out 3 times in a row, Schoolboy Rowe is apparently going to bat. Baker has gone over. One of the coaches, Baker's gone over the top row. Hallahan has given up his first hit since the fourth inning as a man on base with a tying run in the ninth. Rowe comes to bat. Hallahan gets ready to pitch. The runner on first is the Fox, getting his second hit out of the 5 allowed this afternoon by Hallahan. Is the man who's ready to take his lead. He leads off first. They're playing in close at third base line, expecting a bunt. He takes the full cut of the ball, attempting to cross up the infield, and fouls it back to the screen for strike one. They were watching with the bunt, but he tried to cross them up. Just lifted it up to the screen, getting the ball on the bottom. Rowe is waiting for the next pitch, but Hallahan takes the new ball and goes to the Rosenbach this time. Lefty Hallahan, an old-timer to whom World Series pitching means nothing more than another ball game, and come down there pitching against Schoolboy Rowe, who in his first World Series has pitched a beautiful game. Fox with the tying run is on first, ready to crack down towards second. Third baseman still expecting a bunt. It is a bunt. Hallahan plays it, makes the throw to the first base, and the runners advance to second on that tying run. In the head of the batter is coming up. Schoolboy Rowe laying down a sacrifice bunt. The bunt is taken by the pitcher. Ball over the first base, which is covered by Frankie Fish, the second baseman. In time for the put out of that bag. And Fox moves down to second on the sacrifice. Now we're trying to hit the batting list coming to bat. Jojo, White, and Copper. Apparently White is not going to bat. There must be a pinch batter going in for him, or else he's coming back for instructions. Instructions are being given. The runner on second base, Mr. Fox, is going over towards third. It's in play over there with Mickey Coffin on the entire infield of the St. Louis Cardinals. Have come in to tap with their pitcher, lefty Bill Hallahan, who has pitched a great game this afternoon. In all probability, Walker, number 6, is the man coming to bat. Walker, number 6, will be the boy who's coming up to bat in place of Joe White. And down on second base is that boy who just started things off here with a single in the 9th inning. Walker battling for White. Delancey is knocking with the pitcher, Mr. Hallahan. What a finish to a World Series, ladies and gentlemen. Both pitchers have pitched beautiful ball. Both infields have been as fast as straight lightning. The outfields have played nicely. We have seen everything that you would want to see in a World Series game on a regular league game. The score is 2-1 in favor of the St. Louis Cardinals. They're playing the last half of the ninth. With Fox on second base. With a tying run, Walker, a pinch hitter, is hitting for Walker. I beg your pardon, for White. He's a right-hand hitter. Hallahan ready to pitch to him. Here's the pitch. The ball is a foul high up in the air. The catcher says he can get it. And the ball is it's fair. It's fair. The catcher says the first base going to get it. He didn't get in fast enough, and it goes for a single. That's inside the first base line. A very tough break for Mr. Hallahan, but it evens up the hit column today. The wind was blowing it toward the catcher. The first baseman came in for it. The catcher said, "You take it." Let's see what it is. It's a foul. The ball bounding foul. It's called a foul lower territory and called it foul before it touched first base or before it got to first base. Ladies and gentlemen, a situation like this is what makes your blood tingle. Walker coming to bat. To all intents and purposes, the ball game is supposed to end in the ninth inning. But the tying run is on second base. We may see an extra inning World Series, we may not. But right now, Bill Hallahan is going to pitch that ball down. He has given up 5 instead of 6 hits now. Here's the pitch. That is the ball.
WBBM has requested that Frank Locke, who did yesterday's battle, complete the game for him. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here is Frank Locke. Very sorry that Mr. Flanagan, after doing a beautiful job that he's done to this point, had to go out because his voice left him completely.
In the last half of the ninth inning, ladies and gentlemen, the Detroit Tigers have just tied up the ball game due to the fact that Fox, the first man up, got a single out to right field, after which Screwball Rowe sacrificed Hallahan to Collins to advance into second. And then Darrell Walker came in as a pinch hitter for White, the center fielder. Walker coming in due to the fact that he's a right-handed hitter. And after getting two strikes on him, he hit a pop fly down towards first base, at which the Cardinals kind of debated on who was going to take it, and finally no one went after it, which would have made 2 outs for him. And then Walker came back and took advantage of the situation by slapping a single out to center field and scoring Fox with the tying run. And since that time, there's been quite a conference going on out on the Cardinal mound, and it looks like another southpaw is coming in for the Cardinals. Bill Hallahan going to leave the game, and Bill Walker, another southpaw pitcher, is coming in to finish out for the Cardinals. Bill Hallahan has pitched a beautiful ball game. He hasn't allowed any hits since the 4th inning up until the first half of the ninth there, when he has allowed 2. He's getting a nice hand as he goes into the dugout, going over through the Detroit dugout to go to the clubhouse. Walker is on the mound now, warming up with Delancey. Bill Walker, another southpaw, on the firing line now, warming up with Delancey. The first man to face him will be Mickey Cochran, and he'll be followed by Charlie Garringer. Papa Martin goes in to say a few words to Bill Walker. One man down. Walker on first base. Darrell Walker on first base. Bill Walker pitching for the Cardinals. And Mickey Cochran is the man at the plate. Cochran has walked twice this afternoon, the 3rd and 5th inning. Walker's on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey for the first pitch to Mickey Cochran. Darrell Walker on first base. We keep all these Walkers straight. There's a throw over to first base. Bill Walker to Collins. Bill Walker's back on the mound now. Umpire Reardon is busy grabbing newspapers that are blowing all over the infield. Walker's getting set. Here's the first pitch, and it's strike 1 called on Cochran. He got the first one in there. 1 strike is the count on Mickey Cochran, with 1 man down, and Darrell Walker on first base. The last half of the 9th inning, and what has been a great ball game out here this afternoon. Walker's on the mound. Bill Walker getting a signal again from Delancey. Makes another quick throw over to first base to Collins, but Darrell Walker is back to the bag safely. Collins tosses the ball back into Bill Walker. Taking his position on the mound. Getting set for the pitch. Getting a signal from Delancey. He's all set for the delivery. Here it is. And it's a foul tip. Strike 2. 2 strikes is the count on Mickey Cochran, who is hitting for the Tigers. Left-handed hitter. We'll have Darrell Walker on first base, 1 man down. Right at the present time, Darrell Walker is the man of the hour. Bill Walker's on the mound, getting set, and he's getting caught off at first base. He's going to run up between first and second. Bill Walker threw over to Collins. Collins down to first. Big is running down after him, and he throws to Bill Walker, and Bill Walker throws back down to DeRocher. The whole team is over there. The whole team is first base on a quick throw over to Rip Collins. After he come around in a position like he was going to pitch, made a quick throw to Collins. Collins threw to Frisch. Frisch back to Bill Walker before he could say scat. Everybody but Orsatti, Medwick, and Rothrock was over there. Even Delancey down there backing up the play at first base. And finally, Frankie Frisch made the put out. And as far as that goes, Rothrock was coming in, and so was Medwick. 2 down. There's about 26 assists on that one, Ted. 2 down. Mickey Cochran batting. Bill Walker's getting a signal from Delancey, winding up. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Call. Mickey Cochran is called out on strike. On his third out, retiring the side. And Mickey doesn't like that one very well. This is the last half of the 9th inning, and the score is now tied up 2-2.
The Ford Motor Company, which is sending you these World Series broadcasts, hopes that you are enjoying this ball game.
And now we're going into the first half of the 10th inning, extra innings in this second game of the World Series, and the score tied up 2-2. The first man for the Cardinals, the first half of the 10th inning, will be Delancey, the Cardinal catcher, followed by Orsatti, and then DeRocher. Schoolboy Rowe still on the firing line for the Tigers. He was a little bit uneasy in the early part of the game this afternoon, but he hasn't allowed a hit since the 3rd inning. They got 1 hit off of him in the 1st inning, Frankie Frisch getting a single. Then in the 2nd inning, there was a single by Delancey and a triple by Orsatti. That resulted in a run. And in the 3rd inning, Martin got a single. And Medwick and Collins getting singles, which resulted in another run. And since that time, Schoolboy Rowe has been very stingy with anything that looked like a hit. There was only one other ball that was really cracked hard, and that was one that was hit down through short where Rogel made a sensational diving catch. Rogel and Frankie Frisch have been the fielding stars of the game this afternoon. Frisch making a couple good stops, and Rogel making that one, which was a beauty. Delancey is the first man up. Walker. Just a moment. Jack going into center field for the Tigers. Jack playing center field. Delancey is the first man up. Rose on the mound. He gets his signal. Winding up. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 called on Delancey. 1 strike is the count on Delancey. The left-handed hitter. And Delancey has 1 hit out of 3 trips. Here's the next pitch. Wide, ball 1. Delancey is the boy that cracked that hard one in the 7th inning down through short that Rogel made the sensational catch-off. Rose winding up. Here's the next one. And it's a fly ball. Going out back of short, deep short, around a short left. Goslin coming in, and he takes care of it for the initial out. Delancey out on a fly to Goose Goslin in short left. 1 away, and that brings up Ernie Orsatti, the Cardinal center fielder, a left-handed hitter. Orsatti has 1 hit out of 3 trips, getting a triple in the 2nd inning. Orsatti batting, left-handed hitter. Rose winding up. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. He swung at it. 1 strike is the count on Ernie Orsatti with 1 man down. Rose winding up again. Here's the next pitch. And it's a ground ball going down to Gehringer. Gehringer takes it on a big hop, and he's out at first. Gehringer to Greenberg for the 2nd out. 2 down. 2 down, and that brings up Leo DeRocher, the Cardinal shortstop, the right-handed hitter. This is DeRocher's 4th appearance at the plate. He has many hits so far this afternoon. That's right-handed. He'll be followed by Bill Walker, who is now ported. Here's the pitch. Foul back against the screen. Strike 1. 1 strike on DeRocher. Bill Walker, who is now pitching for the Cardinals, will be the next hitter. 1 strike on DeRocher. Blue ball is tossed out to Roy. Gets the signal from Cochran. Winding up. Here's the next one. A little bit high. Ball 1. Making the count read 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on DeRocher. 1-1 is the count. Rose on the mound again. Winding up. And here's the next one. And it's a drive going out to right field. Fox is going back. And he takes care of it. For the 3rd out. Retiring the side. The wind is very bad out there, making it very difficult for the outfielders. Fox was running around a little bit in the circle out there on that one, but he took care of it very nicely for the 3rd out, retiring the side. The result there, the first half of the 10th inning, shows
the score remains 2-2 going into the last half of the 10th inning. We have time for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This is the WBBM Air Theater, Wrigley Building, Chicago.
Back out at Maven Field in Detroit, going into the last half of the 10th inning, the second game of the World Series 1934, and the ball game tied up 2-2. Walker taking his preliminary throws with Delancey. Frankie Fritz waiting down at second base for Delancey's throw. And Charlie Gehringer is the first man up for the Tigers in the last half of the 10th. Gehringer up. Walker is getting a signal from Delancey for the first pitch to Gehringer, and just a moment. The umpires have called time for the moment. Somebody is being ejected down there by the police. We couldn't see just what it was, but anyhow he was pushed out or something. Walker's on the mound. We're all set to go, getting a signal from Delancey. Charlie Gehringer is the first man up for the Tigers, the left-handed hitter. He's winding up. Here's the pitch, and it's strike one call. Gehringer's been on 3 times out of 4 trips this afternoon. He got on an hour in the first inning, got a single in the third, and he walked in the 7th. On his other appearance at the plate in the 5th inning, he was out on the fly to Rock and right. Walker's winding up. Here's the next one. Ball high. The count is even up 1-1. This is the last half of the 10th inning. 4 tied, 2-2. Joe Walker's on the mound again, getting a signal from Delancey for the next one. Starts the old wind up for the pitch. Here it is. Ball 2 wide. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count on Charlie Gehringer. 2 balls and 1 strike. First man for the Tigers in the last half of the 10th inning. And what a ball game this has been. Joe Walker gets his signal from Delancey. Starts the old wind up again. Here's the next pitch. Ball 3 wide. 3-1 is the count on Gehringer. 3 balls and 1 strike. Walker goes back to the rosin bag. Now he's coming in on the mound. 3-1 is the count. Floyd fans have started clapping their hands, wanting Gehringer to come through. Here's the next pitch. Down at the ground ball. Going down to Fritz. And he juggles the ball. And Gehringer is safe at first. As it's a ground ball down to Fritz, one of those times that just skipped the ground. He juggled the ball, and Gehringer is safe at first. It's an error for Frankie Fritz. That's the second time this afternoon that Gehringer has been on as a result of an error. That's the 3rd error for the Cardinals this afternoon. Martin, Callahan, and Frisch now being charged up with error. And that brings up Hank Greenberg. Greenberg is up. Nobody down. Which means that more than likely here he's going to sacrifice to advance Gehringer down to second base, get him in a scoring position. Walker's arms go up. He's getting set for the pitch. Here it is. 0-1. Inside and just a little bit low. This is the last half of the 10th inning. Walker's back on the mound again, getting a signal from Delancey for the next one. Martin coming in on the grass. And Casey bunts. Here's the next pitch. And it's a drive going out to deep center. One down is going after it. And deep right center. And he makes the catch for the out. Now here comes the throw into first base. But Gehringer is back over to first. Gehringer was cleared out on second base. It looked like the ball was going to go between Orsatti and Rothrock. But Rothrock managed to get over and take care of it. One away. They made that catch in right center. One down. Gehringer still on first base, and that brings up Goose Goslin, the Tigers' left fielder, a left-handed hitter. Goslin has 1 hit out of 4 trips. The last half of the 10th inning, the ball game still tied up 2-2. are tied up on hits now, having a total of 6 apiece. If I've tabulated them correctly. Walker's on the mound, getting set. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, inside. 1 ball is the count on Goose Garza. 1 man down, and Charlie Gehringer on first base. Result of an error by Frankie Fritz. So Walker's back on the mound again, getting a signal from Delancey for the next one. Up goes his arms. He's on the rubber. All set for the pitch. Here it is. And it's strike 1 call. The fast one looks like it was right through the center. 1-1 is the count on Goslin. 1 ball and 1 strike. Walker's back on the mound, getting a signal again from Delancey for the next one. Gehringer on first base, taking the lead off of the bag. Here's the next pitch, and it's a fly ball. Going out to right field. Rothrock is after it. He sends it, and he takes care of it for the second out. Goslin out on a fly to Rothrock in right, making the catch just about 10 feet in from the right field foul line. 2 down. Gehringer still on first base, and that brings up Rogel, the Tiger shortstop. Rogel got on in an error in the 6th inning. In the 4th inning, he doubled, and a little later scored the first run for the Tigers when he raced in home on Fox's double down the left field line. 2 down, Gehringer on first base, Rogel batting. Bill Walker's back on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey. Steps on the rubber, up goes his arms, getting set for the pitch. Here's the first one. Ball 1, it was low. 1 ball is the count on Rogel. Gehringer still on first base, and 2 men down the last half of the 10th inning. Score tied 2-2. There's another quick throw over to first base, and we came very near losing our scorecard. That have been a predicament. 1 ball is the count on Rogel. Here's the next pitch. Ball 2, it was outside and high. He was tempted. He started to swing, but changed his mind. 2 balls and no strikes. Ball's back out to Bill Walker. He's on the rubber again. Up goes the arms, getting set for the pitch. Here's the next one, and he swung at it. Strike, quick throw down to first base, but Charlie Gehringer's back into the bag. A quick throw by Delancey. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike on Rogel, who is batting. Owen on deck. The last half of the 10th inning, score tied 2-2. Detroit tying it up in the last half of the 9th inning after trailing all the way through the game. Used 2 hits and a sacrifice to tie it up in the last half of the 9th. Here's the next pitch. Strike 2 called. And the count is even up on Rogel, who is batting. He's a switch hitter, batting right-handed against Walker. Walker being a southpaw. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rogel. Gehringer on first base, 2 down. And this is the last half of the 10th inning. Walker comes back in on the mound. He's getting a signal from Delancey. Gehringer over on first base. He's not taking a very large lead. Up goes Walker's arms. He's getting set for the pitch. Here it is. And it's a foul ball. Going down 3 second out. Goslin out on a fly to Rothrock in right, making the catch just about 10 feet in from the right field foul line. 2 down. Gehringer still on first base, and that brings up Rogel, the Tiger shortstop. Rogel got on in an error in the 6th inning. In the 4th inning, he doubled, and a little later scored the first run for the Tigers when he raced in home on Fox's double down the left field line. 2 down, Gehringer on first base, Rogel batting. Bill Walker's back on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey. Steps on the rubber, up goes his arms, he's getting set for the pitch. Here's the first one. Ball 1, it was low. 1 ball is the count on Rogel. Gehringer still on first base, and 2 men down the last half of the 10th inning. Score tied 2-2. There's another quick throw over to first base, and we came very near losing our scorecard. That have been a predicament. 1 ball is the count on Rogel. Here's the next pitch. Ball 2, it was outside and high. He was tempted. He started to swing, but changed his mind. 2 balls and no strikes. Ball's back out to Bill Walker. He's on the rubber again. Up goes the arms, getting set for the pitch. Here's the next one, and he swung at it. Strike, quick throw down to first base with Charlie Gehringer's back into the bag. Quick throw by Delancey. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike on Rogel, who is batting. Owen on deck. In the last half of the 10th inning, score tied 2-2. Detroit tying it up in the last half of the 9th inning after trailing all the way through the game. Used 2 hits and a sacrifice to tie it up in the last half of the 9th. Here's the next pitch. Strike 2 called. And the count is even up on Rogel, who is batting. He's a switch hitter, batting right-handed against Walker. Walker being a southpaw. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rogel. Geringer on first base, 2 down. And this is the last half of the 10th inning. Walker comes back in on the mound. He's getting a signal from Delancey. Geringer over on first base. He's not taking a very large lead. Up goes Walker's arms. He's getting set for the pitch. Here it is. And it's a foul ball. Going down the left field line. Medwick and Norton are after it. But it's into the stands, down the left field line. And the count remains the same, 2-2. Umpire Clem gives Delancey a new ball to toss out to Walker. Medwick and Martin were both after that ball, but it was into the stands down the left field line. Umpire Clem is dusting off the plate. 2-2 is the count on Rogel. Still have Geringer on first base. He was the first man up. Got on an error by Frankie Frisch down at second base. Walker's getting set for the pitch. There's another throw over to first. Geringer's back to the bag. Plenty to spare on that one. Ball's back into Walker. Takes his position on the mound. Getting set for the delivery. Up goes his arms. And another quick throw over to first base. And it came very near being wild that time. Ball's back into Walker again. 2-2 is the count on Rogel. The man at the plate. It's all set. Here's the pitch. And Geringer starts down. There goes the throw. And he's safe at second. Geringer steals second. The pitch was wide for ball 3 at the plate. The count is now 3-2 on Rogel with 2 down. And Geringer down on second base. Geringer on second, 2 away. Count is 3-2 on Rogel. Big one left. This is the one that tells the story. This is the last half of the 10th inning. And the ball game is tied up 2-2. Bill Walker on the mound getting set. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 wide. And Rogel walks. And that brings up Owen. Rogel walks. Runners on first and second, 2 down. And Owen is the next hitter for the Tigers. Owen batting, a right-handed hitter. This is the last half of the 10th inning. Allen started in back of Rogel over on first base. Walker taking his position on the mound. Infield is playing deep. They only need 1 man. Getting a signal from Delancey, all set. Here's the pitch. And it's a drive going out to deep center. Orsatti's going way back. And he makes the catch way out in deep center. On his third out, retiring the side. It looked for a moment like that was good night for the Cardinals on that ball as it traveled fast out to center field. But Orsatti raced way back, took care of it for the third out, retiring the side. The results the last half of the 10th inning showing no run, no hit, and 1 error. And the score remains 2-2 going into the first half of the 11th.
The Ford Motor Company hopes that the crowds that are listening in at the showrooms of Ford dealers throughout the United States and Canada, as well as everywhere else, are enjoying this hot ball game.
We're going into the first half of the 11th inning, and Bill Walker, the Cardinal pitcher, will be the first man up. First half of the 11th inning, Walker will be the first man up. This will be Walker's first appearance at the plate since he relieved Hallahan there in the last half of the 9th inning. Try to change scorecards here as we go along. Walker bats right-handed. First man for the Cardinals. First half of the 11th inning. 2 bar rolls on the mound, getting a signal from Mickey Cochran for the first pitch. Martin will be the second hitter of the inning with Rock the third man. Rowe gets his signal. He's winding up. Here's the first pitch to Walker. Inside, ball 1. This is the first half of the 11th inning. Score tied. Score Outside 2-2. Rose winding up. Here's the next one. Ball 2 inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Bill Walker. Walker steps out of the batter's box for the moment. Now he's back in. Rose getting his signal. Winding up. And here's the next pitch. Strike 1 called. Right down through the center. 2 balls and 1 strike on Walker. Schoolboy Rose on the mound. Starts the old wind-up. And here's the next pitch. And it's a foul ball. Going over back to first base. Greenberg is after it, but it's into the stands. And the count is now 2-2 on Walker. Umpire Clem tosses in a new ball. It's tossed out to Rowe. He's standing back at the pitcher's mound, rubbing the gloss off of it. Waiting on Greenberg to get back to the first base position. The count is 2-2 on Bill Walker. First man up for the Cardinals. First half of the 11th inning. Rowe gets his signal from Cochran. He's winding up. And here's the next pitch. Strike 3. He went down swinging. Walker struck out for the initial out in the first half of the 11th inning, and that brings up Papa Martin. This boy Rowe has been Clint Seat tough since the third inning. Cardinals haven't had a hit off of Rowe since the third inning. They got 3 in that third, and then he commenced to pitch no-hit ball from then on. Papa Martin batting a right-handed hitter. Martin has 1 hit out of 4 trips so far, a single in the third inning. Rose winding up. Here's the initial pitch to Martin. Strike. He swung at it. 1 strike is the count on Martin. 1 strike is the count on Papa Martin. 1 man down, nobody on. First half of the 11th inning with the score tied 2-2. Rose starts the old wind-up for the next pitch. Strike 2. He took another cut. Martin started to swing. He changed his mind, but he had gone around too far. He questioned the umpire on it. 2 strikes is the count. Martin is stepping back into the batter's box now. Rose getting a signal from Cochran. Starts the old wind-up for the pitch. Here it is. And it's a drive out to left center for a hit. Going between Goslin. Goslin gets it on the hop, and it's a double for Martin. He slides into second base, head first. Goslin's throw was wide anyway. Doesn't have a chance to get him on that one. He was in a double for Papa Martin out to left center. Martin on second base. 1 man down, and that brings up Rothrock, the Cardinal right fielder. Switch hitters, batting left-handed against Schoolboy Rowe. Rothrock hasn't had any hits so far this afternoon. Had a sacrifice in the third inning, so he's been at the plate 3 official trips without any hits. Rose getting set for the pitch. Here's the first one to Rothrock. Strike 1 call. 1 strike. That was Martin's second hit. He got a single in the third inning. This is the first half of the 11th, third tied 2-2. 1 man down, Martin on second base, and 1 strike on Rothrock. Here's the next one. Ball low. Mickey Cochran made a beautiful stop on that one. 1-1 is the count on Rothrock. Frankie Frisch on deck, and Medwick in the hole. First half of the 11th inning. This has been a real ball game all the way through. Rose on the mound again, set for the next pitch. Martin taking a big lead off the second base. Here's the pitch. On a foul, into the stands to the left of the plate, making the count read 2 strikes and 1 ball. Umpire Clem tosses Rowe a new one. 2 strikes and 1 ball is the count on Rothrock. 1 man down. Papa Martin down on second base. Result of that double out to left center. Rose on the rubber, gets the signal from Cochran. Rogel is trying to keep him on down there. Here's the pitch, and the foul tip. Foul tip. Count remains the same. 2 strikes and 1 ball. 2 strikes and 1 ball is the count. 2 strikes and 1 ball is the count on Rothrock. Papa Martin down on second base. Rose on the mound again, getting set. Here's the next one, and he went down swinging. Rothrock struck out for the second out. Both the outs this inning have been strikeouts. Bill Walker striking out, Rothrock striking out. And there's 2 down now with Papa Martin down on second base. And that brings up manager Frankie Frisch, the Cardinal second baseman. Another turnaround hitter, batting left-handed against Schoolboy Rowe. Martin's on second base, result of a double out to left center. The first hit off of Schoolboy Rowe since the third inning. Rose on the mound, getting set. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. 1 ball is the count on Frankie Frisch. The pitch was wide. Medwick on deck. Ball Ball's tossed back to Rowe. He's taking his position on the mound again. Up goes his arms. He's getting a signal from Cochran. Here's the next one to Frisch. Strike one, call. Count is even up. 1-1. 1-1 is the count. With 2 down, starting on second base, the first half of the 11th inning. Rowe's on the mound again. Set for the next one. Here's the next pitch, and it's a ground ball. Going down to Gehringer. Great big hop, and he's out at first base. Gehringer to Greenberg for the third out, retiring the side. The results, the first half of the 11th inning, show no run, 1 hit, and no error. And the score now as we go into the last half of the 11th inning is still tied up 2-2. 2-2 is the count as we go into the last half of the 11th. On for Detroit, Fox will be the first man up. Right field. Be followed by a schoolboy Rowe, and then Doljack, who is now playing center field since Gale Walker went in the last half of the 9th inning to bat for White and singled out to center field to score Fox with the tying run. Fox has been instrumental in both of the Tiger runs. He drove in Rogel in the 4th inning with a double, the first run, and then scored the second one himself in the 9th inning. There goes the throw down to second base. Fox is the first man up for the Tigers, the last half of the 11th inning. Walker's on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey for the first pitch to Fox. Winding up. There's the pitch. Strike one, call. 1 strike is the count on Fox. The right-handed hitter. Walker starts the old wind-up for the next one. Here it is. Low, ball 1. Making the count read 1-1. Fox has 2 hits out of 4 trips in this ball game. A double in the 4th and a single in the 9th. This is his 5th appearance at the plate. 1-1 is the count. Walker's winding up for the next pitch. There it is. And it's a foul. Just to the right of the plate. 2 strikes and 1 ball is the count. Ball went around the Cardinal infield. Martin just tosses it back into Bill Walker. 2 strikes and 1 ball on Fox, first man for the Tigers. The last half of the 11th inning. Toss the ball into Delancey. Umpire Clem looks at it, pronounces it okay, and it's tossed back out to Bill Walker. Taking his position on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey. Fox steps into the batter's box. The count is 2 strikes and 1 ball. Walker's winding up. Here's the pitch. Ball 2 inside. The count is even up 2-2 on Fox. 2-2 is the count. Walker's getting a signal again. He's winding up for the next one. Here it comes. And it's a foul ball. Going over near the stands down the first baseline. Collins is after it. And he makes the catch just outside of the boxes beyond the Cardinal dugout for the initial out. Fox fouled out to Collins. 1 down, and that brings up schoolboy Rowe. And Rowe's getting a big hand as he strolls out to the plate. He's really pitched marvelous baseball since the 3rd inning. He allowed 6 hits in the first 3 innings, and he's only allowed 1 since then. Rowe batting, it's right-handed hitter. Walker's lining up. Here's the first pitch. Inside and high. Ball 1. 1 ball is the count on Rowe. Walker's on the mound. That's the old wind up to the next one. Here it comes. Strike call. Count is even up. 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on schoolboy Rowe with 1 down, nobody on. The last half of the 11th. Score tied 2-2. Walker gets his sign, starts his wind up. Here's the next one. And it's a slap down the third baseline, but it's foul. Martin comes in fast, ball foul. The count is now 2 strikes and 1 ball on Rowe. Rowe didn't even toss his bat down. He carried it right down to first with him. Martin is tossing the ball out to Walker. This is the last half of the 11th inning. Score tied 2-2. Rowe stepping into the batter's box. There goes the Detroit fans again. calling time for a moment while they got a newspaper off of the infield, out in front of the Wilshire. The outfield is covered with them out near the fence. 2 strikes and 1 ball as they count. Rowe steps into the batter's box. Walker's lining up for the pitch. Ball 2. The pitch was low. The count is tied up 2-2. 2-2 is the count. Rowe has a batting average of .314 for regular season. 2-2. Walker again takes his position on the mound. And he takes a little bit too much time. Screwball Rowe steps back out of the batter's box. Now he's coming back in. The count is 2-2. Walker gets his signal. He's winding up. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And he went down swinging. Rowe struck out for the second out. 2 down. And that brings up Goljak, who's now playing center field. Goljak is a right-handed hitter. 2 down. Nobody on. The last half of the 11th inning. DeRocher is getting more newspapers off of the infield. 3-way. Walker's on the mound. Goljak steps into the batter's box. Right-handed hitter. Walker's winding up. Here's the first pitch to Goljak. A foul ball going down the first base line. Collins is off it just outside of the line. And he makes the catch. He came very near losing that one. That wind is terrible out there this afternoon. Some of the boys, you can tell every time a ball goes out there, they'll charge in and then have to charge back, or charge back and then have to charge in. The result, the last half of the 11th inning, show no runs, no hits, and no errors. The Tigers going down in 1-2-3 order, and the score is still tied up 2-2 going into the first half of the 12th inning.
The Ford Motor Company, which is sending you these World Series broadcasts, hopes that you are enjoying this ball game.
First half of the 12th inning coming up, and the first 3 men for the Cardinals will be Medwick, left fielder, right-handed hitter. Collins will be the second hitter, and Delancey, the Cardinal catcher, will be the third man. Medwick's the right-handed hitter, Collins the switch hitter, batting left-handed against Rowe, while Delancey is the left-handed hitter. The Tigers are tossing the ball around the infield. Cochran has made his throw down to second base. The boys are going back to their respective positions, and we're all set to go in the first half of the 12th. The old ball game tied up 2-2. Waiting on Medwick to get off the plate. Right-handed hitter. Medwick has had 1 hit in this ball game out of 4 trips. That was a single in the 3rd inning. He struck out twice. Set to go. Lowe is on the mound, getting a signal from Cochran. Winding up for the first pitch to Medwick. Here it comes. Foul. Back against the screen. Strike 1. 1 strike is the count on Medwick. 2 balls tossed out to Rowe. He's on the mound again, getting a signal for the next pitch. Here it is. And it's a ground ball going down to Gehringer. Gehringer comes up with it. Big hop. He's out at first. Gehringer to Greenberg for the initial out. 1 down. And that brings up Rip Collins, the St. Louis first baseman. Switch hitter, batting left-handed against Rowe. Collins has 1 hit out of 4 trips. That was also a single in the 3rd inning. 1 down. Rowe's on the mound, getting a signal from Mickey Cochran. Starts the old wind-up. Here's the first pitch. Foul. Up on top of the stands to the left of the plate. 1 strike is the count on Collins. Delancey on deck. Rowe's rubbing the gloss off of the new ball that was tossed out to him. Now he's putting his glove back on, stepping up on the mound, gets his signal, winding up for the pitch. Here it comes. Ball outside and high. The count is 1-1 on Collins. With 1 down, nobody on. First half of the 12th. The ball game tied up 2-2. And what a ball game. Rowe's winding up for the next pitch. Here it is. Ball 2, another one outside and high. 2 balls and 1 strike on Collins. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rowe gets a signal from Cochran. He starts the old windup again. Here's the next pitch, and it's a drive going out to center field. Goljak is going back. Way back, he's under it, and he takes care of it for the second out. Collins is out on a long fly to Goljak out in center field. 2 away. Delancey is up. Delancey Delancey is up, Cardinal catcher, left-handed hitter. Orsatti on deck. Delancey has one hit out of 4 trips, getting a single in the second inning. 2 down, nobody on. First after 12. Low starts his wind up. Here's the first pitch to Delancey. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball is the count on Delancey. With 2 down, nobody on. Goes on the mound again, winding up to the next one. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Delancey. 2 men down, nobody off. First half 12, 4 tied, 2-2. Joe steps back on the rubber again. There's the next pitch to Delancey. Strike 1. That was a fast one right down through the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike. Delancey steps back out of the batter's box for a moment. Now he's back in. Lowe starts his wind up. Strike 2. He took a healthy cut. 2-2 is the count on Delancey. 2 down. First half of the 12th inning. 2-2 is the count. Rose winding up. And here's the next pitch. Strike 3 call. Delancey called out on strike. On his third out. Retiring the side. The result. First half of the 12th inning shows no runs. No hits and no errors. Cardinals going down in 1-2-3 order. And the way this game is going, it looks like we're liable to be here all night. The last half of the 12th coming up. The Tigers at bat. And Mickey Cochran will be the first hitter with Gehringer on deck and Greenberg in the hole. The hits are 6 for Detroit, 7 for the Cardinals. Tigers haven't made any bobbles this afternoon, while the Redbirds have been charged with 3. 1 by Martin, 1 by Frisch, and 1 by Hallahan. Walker's on the mound, warming up with Davis. Here comes Delancey out to the plate now. And Mickey Cochran is the first hitter for the Tigers. Davis makes the throw down to second base. Fish tosses the ball to Rocher. Rocher in turn to Martin, who tosses it in to Bill Walker. All set to go. The last half of the 12th inning. Mickey Cochran batting. Walker steps up on the mound, gets his signal. He's winding up. And here's the first pitch of foul. Down the first baseline, strike 1. 1 strike as they count on Mickey Cochran. New ball is tossed in. Walker's on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey for the next one. Starts the old line up for the next pitch. 1 strike as they count. Here it is, and it's a ground ball down to DeRocher. DeRocher comes up with it, and he's out at first. DeRocher to Collins for the first out. Cochran grounded out, DeRocher to Collins. 1 away, and that brings up Charlie Gehringer, the Tigers' second baseman. Left-handed hitter. Gehringer batting, 1 down, nobody on. Gehringer's had 1 hit, and he walked once, but on third twice on errors. Walker's winding up. Here's the first pitch. High, ball 1. 1 ball is the count on Gehringer. Greenberg on deck. We're in the last half of the 12th inning. 4 tied, 2-2. Walker's on the rubber again, gets his signal. Here's the next one. Ball 2, it was high. 2 balls and no strikes. The longest game in World Series, extra inning game, was 14 innings between the Boston American League and the Brooklyn National League. That was October 9th, 1916. Walker's winding up. Here's the next pitch to Gehringer. Ball 3, wide. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Gehringer. Walker goes back to the rosin bag. Back in on the mound. 3-0 is the count. 1 man down, nobody on. He starts to wind up for the pitch. Here it is. Ball 4 inside. And again, Gehringer reaches first base. This time, free transportation as a result of the base on ball. He only has 1 hit, but he's been over that plenty of times. The 5th time he's reached first base this afternoon. Only failed once. That was in the 5th inning when he flied out to Rock out in right field. first baseman, a right-handed hitter. Walker's on the mound. Gehringer on first base, one down. Getting set. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. Ball one. One ball is the count on Greenberg. Greenberg walked in the fifth inning. Gehringer on first base, one man down. Playing in the last half of the 12th inning. Somebody threw a hot dog out on the playing field. Had to call time for a moment. One ball is the count on Greenberg. Walker's on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey. All set. Here's the pitch. Ball two, another low one. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes on Greenberg. Gehringer on first base. Result of a base on balls. One man down. Mickey Cochran, the first man up, being thrown out by shortstop DeRocher. And this is the last half of the 12th inning. Score tied 2-2. Walker's back on the mound, getting a signal from Delancey for the next one. 2 balls and no strikes to the count. He's all set. There's a quick throw over to first base, but Gehringer is back to the bag. No strikes. Another throw over to first base. Collins is tossing the ball back into Walker. Gehringer in the 10th inning when he got on gets a stolen base. Walker's on the mound, getting set. Here's the pitch. Ball 3, low. 3 balls and no strikes. Now he's really got to put him in there. 3 balls and no strikes on Greenberg. Gehringer on first base, one man down. And it's the last half of the 12th inning. Walker's on the mound set. Here's the pitch. Strike one call. 3-1. 3-1 is the count on Greenberg. Back on the mound again, getting a signal from Delancey. 3 balls and 1 strike. All set. There's another throw to first base, but Gehringer was close to the bag that time. Just step back with ease. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ball's back into Walker. He takes his position on the mound. Getting set for the delivery. Here's the pitch. Ball inside and low. Ball 4. Greenberg left. That puts Gehringer on second base. And Goslin is up. 2 straight walks by Walker. Goslin is up. The Tiger left fielder, left-handed hitter. Rogel on deck and Owen in the hole. And now it's Alford out at the mound. DeRocher, Barton, Freak, Collins, and Delancey all coming in. Didn't last long. They're going back to their respective positions. Runners on first and second. One man down. And Bruce Goslin batting. Goslin batting. Left-handed hitter. Walker's on the mound getting set. Here's the pitch. Ball outside and low. 1 ball is the count. 1 ball is the count. On Goslin. Goslin has 1 hit out of 5 steps this afternoon. A single his first time up in the second inning. A bounder that first took back to second base. Goslin beat it out. 1 ball is the count on Goslin. Gehringer on second base. Greenberg on first. Both on as a result of base on ball. 1 man down. Walker's on the mound, getting set for the pitch.
And it's a hit out to center field. A drive out to our batting center. Here comes Gehringer coming in. And he's in with the run. And the ball game is over. Goose Goslin came through with a single out to center field, scoring Gehringer from second base with the winning run. Just 1 out there when the winning run was made. And the fans there at Nathan Field are really going wild. They've pushed the gates open out in the bleachers in left field. They're all tearing out on the diamond as well as all the fans in the stands. That evens the series up at 1 game apiece in what was probably one of the greatest World Series games that we've ever had the pleasure of witnessing. This was a real battle all the way down. Anybody's ball game from start to finish. Detroit put on a great burst of speed there in the last half of the 9th when they tied it up after the Cardinals were leading all the way through.
2-1 up to left hand. The total, as we figure them up here, for the Cardinals show 2 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors. For Detroit, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. And now we turn you back to Ted Husing.
Thank you very much, Fran Loft. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Flanagan of WBBM Chicago, who had started this game and lasted until the 9th inning, when the score was tied, suddenly found that his voice had left him due to a case of laryngitis that he suffered last night. And Fran Loft, who did yesterday's ball game in Toto, then came before the microphone and brought you in with the winning run. Let's look at the box score. Callahan allowed 6 hits in 8 1/3 innings. Walker allowed 1 in 3 innings. Rowe, of course, as you know, 7 in the full game of 12 innings. The Cards were able in their box score to put out 34 of the Tigers instead of 36 as the usual number is supposed to be in 12 innings because there was but 1 out when the winning run was scored. There were 16 assists by these Cardinals and 3 errors, 1 by Martin, 1 by Frisch, and 1 by Callahan. Those assists, incidentally, went mostly to Frisch, who got 6 of them, while Callahan had 4. The Tigers, in their box score, made 36 putouts, 10 of those assists, and no errors, 5 of the assists being Gehringer's at second base. Now, your box score on the other side shows that the Cards were at bat 41 times, were able to garner 2 runs out of 7 hits and 1 sacrifice hit. The hitting today was confined to Martin with 1 hit, Frisch with 1, Medwick with 1, Collins with 1, Delancey with 1, and Orsatti with 1. For those Tigers, 42 men were at bat. 3 runs were scored on 7 hits. There was 1 stolen base and 1 sacrifice hit. And the hits were divided very nicely in the following manner. While Walker had 1 as a pinch hitter, tied up the game. Gehringer got 1. Goslin got 2, his latter being the winning single that brought the run home. Rogel got 1. Fox got 2. And that's all there was to it. The earned runs were 3 apiece, or rather 2 for the Cards and 3 for the Tigers. 2 base hits were made by Fox, Martin, and Rogel. 3 base hits by Orsatti, no home runs. Rowe did not allow a man to walk down to first base, but Callahan gave away 4 and Walker 3. Rowe struck out 6, as did Callahan. Walker struck out 2. Left on the bases for the Cards 4, and for the Tigers 11. And I don't think there's much more to be added to this ball game today, excepting to remind you that it was a ding-dong battle down the stretch all the way. The Tigers having to come from behind, tying it up in the 9th, and then in that electric 12th that has just been recorded for you, after 2 walks had been sent down the line with Gehringer and Greenberg, it was Goslin that batted 1 out there and brought our good friend Gehringer home for the Detroit Tigers. So the series is 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. We go tonight to Sportsman's Park at St. Louis to carry on in the World Series. Ted Husing has done the color for you. Franz Loft assisted. The broadcast after it had been started by Pat Flanagan. And don't forget, weather permitting, the Ford Motor Company will bring you another World Series game tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so now we turn you away from Navin Field, Detroit, to resume in another spot tomorrow. And meanwhile, we say to you, good afternoon all. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.